Warning. You are entering Open Lines Friday. For today anything goes. Thank you for your cooperation.
¡Listos pelos chingazos! ¡Listos pelos chingazos!
I'm gonna bring the whole fucking diseased, corrupt temple down on your head. It's gotta be biblical.
Alright, this is King Bucho. Welcome to BDA Boxing, the boxing debate arena. It's Friday, so you know how it works. Anything goes, anybody can join. Everybody should join. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Knockout Ned, Ralph Unreal, yeah. Alonso, amazing, he's there. Joe is there. Brown Mexican, the Quags, Fluffy Toaster, 89, Alfredo Contreras. Who else do we have here? A bunch of people. Carl from Australia, Alejandro Solis, Earl Stevens, Bernard, Arm, alright man. Hey, shout out to Rafael Garza for resubscribing to the membership program. He says, pickup line, hey girl, you must know the sweet science, cause I got knocked out or I'm falling for you. Oh my god. You gotta stop with these cheesy pickup lines. I doubt they're working, man. But thanks for the donation. And Plutonium Loach. Where is it? Hold on, fucked up over here. Anyways, he says, Weasel's Espinoza be looking like Rumpelstiltskin. What the hell is that? Rumpelstiltskin. Gee, I don't know what that is, man. We're gonna ask Mr. BDA to let us know what that means. BDA, are you there?
Yes, indeed. Can you hear me?
Did you get the Plutonium Loach super chat? Because, you know, sometimes I don't know these fucking words, man.
Right. Plutonium Loach says, Weasel Espinoza be looking like Rumpelstiltskin. Rumpelstiltskin is that, it was that from the fairy tales. Remember that the weasel, no, it was a goblin of some sort that wanted a kid in exchange for having helped a princess. It's an ugly looking creature, essentially, is what he's trying to get. Shout out to Plutonium Loach.
Exactly, Plutonium Loach is correct. I mean, that guy's a fucking weasel, and we're gonna play his interview, not all of it, and we're gonna discuss what he said to Marcus Vega, and we're gonna dissect exactly what he said, because this guy's he's a weasel, man. They come out with this fucking schedule that, to be honest, is not even that amazing. And you have all these LDBC folks freaking out, saying that the PBC is not dead. Look at the schedule. I mean, technically, they could have come out with a third as a schedule, and they would have loved it. They would have been all over it. They don't care. But anyways, Mr. BDA, you take control here, because the chat is fucked up, and I can't do multiple things at the same time.
Okay. Well, listen, here's what's going on with the PBC. Andy Ruiz, the last time I was on the air, I talked about Andy Ruiz leaving the PBC. Well, now it turns out he gave out a statement saying, no, he's leaving his promotion, but he's staying with the PBC. Now, you gotta read between the lines here. His promotional outfit is hired by the PBC, because you gotta remember, Al Haymon is not a promoter; he's an advisor, although he acts like a promoter, which is a problem all on its own. So Andy Ruiz saying he's okay, I'm staying with the PBC. What that means is he still has Al Haymon as his advisor, because as it stands right now, the PBC is still Al Haymon. So wherever Ruiz fights, he's going to have to give his 25 or even 30%. I don't know, the percentage must be too high for anybody, to Al Haymon. So that's essentially what it means. So now we've got Deontay Wilder saying, I'm no longer going to fight for the PBC, but I'm still in good terms with them. They didn't even call it free agent. They called it something else now, something I'd never heard before. And but he's still with Al Haymon, so he still has to give him his percentage. Same thing with Andy Ruiz. You're seeing Stephen Fulton fighting on ESPN now against Inoue in Japan. They just released the Showtime schedule. There's 2 Showbox cards on there, which are essentially prospect cards. So it's not even a championship level. They're not even championship level cards. There you go. You got Figueroa Maxayo this Saturday. It's not a bad one. Tim Tszyu versus Tony Harrison, good. Then, like I said, on March the 25th, pay-per-view. So it doesn't matter if you have Showtime or not. You gotta pay for this. Showbox, like I said, amateur card. Prospect level card. April 8th, Sebastian Fundora versus Brian Mendoza. Mendoza is a hard puncher. I'm looking forward to that fight. But again, why isn't Fundora already being matched up with some of the better names out there? Why is he fighting a Mendoza whose best win right now is Jason Rosario, and he's a guy who lost to what's his name again? One of the Ramos brothers. So it's a good fight, but okay, what else? Brandon Lee versus Pedro Campa, Luis Nunez versus Christian Olivo. Okay, I'm not exactly getting my dick hard over that. Davis Garcia pay-per-view. Alberto Puello versus Rolando Romero. Good card, but Romero, other than the fact that he's a big name because of all the showing he's done, hasn't really done much as a pro. His biggest, the next best opponent he fought next to Davis was Jackson Marinas, and he got outboxed in that one. Gary Anton Russell taking on Ken Cruz, a guy that's unproven. And then Russell Barthélemy. But by the way, they should be making Russell versus Barthélemy the rematch. I don't know why they're not doing that. Again, just bad matchmaking. June the 9th, another prospect card. And then June the 21st, Carlos Adames versus Julian Williams. Williams lost 2 straight fights. And then his only win since then has been against a Mexican who was 18-11. You got Erickson Lubin versus Luis Arias. Not a bad fight, but Lubin's coming off a knockout, a loss. And Fernando Martinez, he's always action, but I don't know the guy who he's fighting. So, and also people are saying, yeah, okay, but BD, those are all indicative fights that are indicative that Showtime is not going out of business. That we're gonna get to what Espinoza said. So, Butch, I just wanted to break that down right there, man.
Yeah, maybe we can play the thing because it's, let's just talk about what he said. All right, I wrote a bunch of stuff down here. By the way, who else do we have in here?
We got the Guns, and we got Frank Bay.
Frank Bay and Gonzalo, welcome, guys. So,
hey, thanks, BDA.
So yeah, we're gonna be talking about
the Weasel.
The Weasel guy. So the interview was done. Where was it done? Just give.
With Mark Diablos, right? Is that the one?
What's his name?
He was with Fight Hub Villegas.
Fight Hub TV, yeah. And
it was very uncomfortable conversation.
Yeah. So
it looked like he was blindsided. I mean, what reporter asked that?
It's a good question. It's a normal question. It's a decent ass fucking question. I mean, if you're a boxing fan, that's what he said. Vegas, he's like, well, you know, as a boxing fan, I'm concerned when I hear that there will be a reshift in resources with underperforming properties. All right, so is boxing underperforming? Are they getting enough viewers? Like that's the real question, right? And so it's a legit question. And so then this Weasel, instead of answering the question, no, boxing is either it's fine, it's doing great, or it's doing okay, it's borderline okay, or it's doing terrible. He can answer. He can give us, a ballpark of how the things are. He didn't even answer that. We don't know how boxing is doing. And with that, this schedule is kind of indicative that things are not great, to be honest. Because where are the Charlos? Where's Spence? Wilder just fucking left. Ruiz also left. So, anyways, let's stick to this thing. So he goes on to say that Well, right now, some people, like, basically, I'm paraphrasing, but he's saying that the numbers or the metrics that some people use in order to determine whether boxing is doing okay or not by counting the number of viewers. He says that metric, the Nielsen Media Research, is just the tip of the iceberg. All right, because it's not counting people who are streaming the fights, blah blah blah. So basically, it's incomplete. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. We'll give him that. Okay, it's not complete, right? So, what are the metrics that you guys use then? I mean, let's say you use the Nielsen thing, you use another thing, okay, at the end of the day, you put all those together and you come to some sort of conclusion, right? To determine whether boxing is doing okay or not with Showtime. What's that fucking conclusion? Just fucking tell us.
Yeah, exactly. Just to reiterate, he's saying that the metrics are complicated, blah blah blah. Okay, but what did the metrics tell you? I mean, listen. Showtime is a multi-million-dollar company. You would expect people working there to come to some sort of conclusion or to be able to relay the information to the executives to indicate whether it's worth investing money into this venture or not. But that's not what he said. He gave you a very ambiguous answer.
He gave us complexity. It's all very complex. Those numbers are complex, how you count them, and that's it. That's his answer. Things are complex. He's like a fucking politician. He doesn't even answer the question.
Well, he's a lawyer by training, right? So,
yeah.
Thing though, you would think. I mean, that's the main question. Like Bucho said, like that right there is the $1 million question. Is it doing well or is it doing badly?
That's it. That's all we want to know. We don't want to know how you find out and all that shit and what people say, why people are wrong about their opinions about the state of boxing. Okay, fine, they're wrong. What's your opinion?
Yeah, I think it's. My opinion. People always hated Bob Arum, but I always felt like he told us what was going to happen. Like he had predicted HBO was going to go away. He was honest that he wanted to get off pay-per-view. Well, that's what he said, and he kind of made it happen, as opposed to this guy just kind of being Machiavellian.
Yeah,
exactly. And just to tell Tony Yayo in the chat, you know what I would have said to that word salad from Espinoza? I would have said, "Do you want me to come in, start over again?" That's what I would have said.
Yeah.
After all that leading on, because I mean he didn't. And here's the other thing: Showtime is spending money on this. Like I said, multi-million-dollar serious company. They're not gonna say, or they're not gonna get told, well, it might be underperforming, might not be. It's complex. Oh, okay, we're gonna spend money on something we're not sure about. It's like there's got to be an answer here. Yeah, there's got to be an answer.
How much money did they spend on this fucking schedule that they released? By the way, one foot out the door says Espinoza days are numbered. Absolutely, man. His days are numbered.
Well, apparently he still has it.
Oh, he'll do something else, but he might do something else. I don't know. But boxing, Showtime boxing, which is what actually matters to us as boxing fans, is gonna be gone. But to be honest, I say it as a boxing fan. I don't care if fucking Showtime goes under and they disappear when it comes to, Showtime boxing disappears. I don't care about that. But what I care about is getting the best fights possible, getting some of these boxers, getting them active, and these guys are not doing that. So if they're gonna collapse, this disappear, might as well that it happens right now.
You're gonna get some people probably today defending Showtime, but you got to ask them, do you even subscribe to Showtime? And I bet you the defenders don't. They don't even subscribe. They fire stick these fights. They can't even pay $10 a month. I have Showtime because it's part of a bundle, and I like it because I like other shows. So I don't give a shit if it has boxing. If they were giving me a broad range of fights from different promoters, then I'd be like, okay, they can make it 15. I'll keep it as a premium, like an add-on.
Yeah, look, listen, boxing is not cheap. I mean, we have complaints for the zone too. I mean, I complained when they put here in Canada, for example, they put Ryan Garcia on pay-per-view against Tago, if you can believe that. And I didn't pay for it. I said, fuck it. I'm already paying enough. I'm not going to pay extra to watch a fight that should not be on pay-per-view. Be that as it may, with the Showtime. I mean, think about it. The
All right. I think we lost. Sorry, something happened here. Can you guys hear me on YouTube? Oh, fucking shit. Uh-oh. Oh, you can hear me? Okay, yeah, but I can't hear I can't hear Discord. Let me just fucking... Oh, now it was
You
back.
hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. Must have been a glitch. Anyway, like I was saying, I pay for this application because I'd rather pay for it and watch it in very high quality and not have to sort through a bunch of pirated streams and a bunch of pop-ups with a bunch of... It's always hentai tits. I don't know why I always get anime tits in my face, and I don't want to have to do with it. But a lot of guys on Twitter that go, like, they look at this Showtime card schedule and they go, why, it's pretty good. Yeah, because you're not paying for it. But if you're paying for it, you actually want a higher quality product. And
I mean,
that's
it's like not even paying for it. It's like, what does it take to have a subscription? I mean, shit, you probably have 5 OnlyFans subscriptions. Some of these.
Hey, BDA.
You can't pay $10 for Showtime?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, ¿me escuchan?
Yeah.
Hey,
So that's
Gonzalo.
I'm giving Showtime no fucking money, bro. I don't give a fuck what you have to say.
Bro, why you can't afford $10? See, this is what kills me. People say, why do you talk about the business? Like, bro, because like that's what you're paying for.
So now I'm supposed to be broke because I refuse to fucking support a
if you come in and talk about it, you need to support. You need to support the sport. That's how they get paid.
They're not giving me the fights I want. They're not paying my fighters any fucking money. They only give a
But
shit.
you're still in
Gonzalo.
the shit. You're still in it. You're still in it.
Gonzalo.
You're a bum.
Hey, Soothsayer, man. Come on, Soothsayer. What the fuck, man?
What do you
Yeah,
want?
and they're giving you shit. They're giving you shit, and you're fucking swallowing it, bro.
But you're watching it though, right? You come in here and talk about it.
Well, we know what
I don't
this is
watch all
about.
the fucking Showtime fight. I tell you that
Guys,
much. I'm
we know what people are defending Showtime. It's about...
No, I'm not defending anybody. I'm just saying that you still have to support. Like, you know, it's like with anything, politics or boxing.
Why are you
No,
pocket
I
watching
support
the,
people who
the,
deserve
the,
to be-
the boxing
You're
fans?
doing
You
it.
know,
You're talking about
I
the business of the sport.
I support people or ideas, whatever, that deserve my support. Right? I'm gonna...
Yeah, no, I'm not saying buy
Yeah.
shit. Like, naturally put it on a shitty couple months. Only fight worth on the zone is Ortiz and Stanionis, in my opinion. I mean, I don't give a shit about Katie Taylor
Well, let's
Serrano.
break this down. Let's break again. We're gonna look at everybody on YouTube right now is looking at the schedule. What's highlighted in yellow are the pay-per-views. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 events. 2 are pay-per-view, and another 2 are Showbox, the new generation. So, whatever. I don't know. You know who's fighting there. All right, Jimmy. Welcome. I don't know if you're there. If you are,
Yes, sir.
what are your thoughts about the new schedule and what Espinoza said in that interview?
What the?
Or didn't.
Yeah, that word salad with Marcos Viega. Did you notice
The
the insult
metrics.
too? Oh, dude, but the underhand, the little fucking snide insult he gave him. Well, that was a simplistic question. It's like Marcos isn't trying to embarrass you. You know what I mean? He doesn't want to say you lost all that weight because you were fucking worrying your fucking trophy girlfriend wife was gonna bail on your fucking unemployed ass. So you lost all your weight, and so you fucking listen. Nielsen ratings is the only motherfucking thing that matters, especially the They go. I mean, they've not. Well, we go by subscriptions, and how do you know? How do you know who joined that month for the fight? You know what I mean? Like, it's just so ridiculous. Like, those are metrics they can't gauge. There's one thing they can gauge, where it falls in the metrics. If it's a pay-per-view, they know by the end of the night by how many people bought it. The only thing they go by, whether they're going to continue to sink millions of dollars into their product, is the Nielsen ratings. And the 18 to 49 key demographic, especially, because that's what the consumer groups look at. But his the thing. The reason why, my personal opinion, and I'm telling you, I think it has a. Remember Wilder just took off like all of a sudden, poof. Within the last couple of weeks, first he was like talking about money, and then next thing you know, I'm with PBC, and then bang, he was gone, right? Mm-hmm. Ruiz gone. All these guys like, what's his name? Fulton. Not surprising. He's gonna go chase that money in Japan. Good on him. But the reason why Spence hasn't been announced with Thurman, those are guys from the old regime. They were around when the fucking Wardell money was goofy, and they were passing that shit around. Now that Showtime has been restructured, that skinny little anorexic weirdo is looking at every fucking dime. They're not throwing the money around like they used to, and they probably insulted them. There's probably, I could see Thurman even more than Spence, because that's been always one of his things, the money. With him, he'd probably like, what? $1.5 million? Fucking, he was thinking he was coming to the door with fucking probably a $4 million payday with his fucking overinflated ego. So I think that they've either balked on that, or the slice of the pay, or Showtime wants bigger slice of the Showtime. Something's up, because that was all. But I mean, it was being announced by their biggest shields. Coppinger, Raphael. They were all announcing that fight with. Oh, and suddenly it's not on there. What happened? And next thing you know, it showed. Spence. He sends out that nebulous cruising the block, like he did, like the guy sitting on a car. So like he's still out there cruising, seeing who's gonna fight. I think he's actually wants to fight Crawford now, because he knows there's zero money at the BBC. That's why all the big names. Because you look at that schedule, who's the biggest name they got on that schedule? That's on there. That's not a pay-per-view.
That's a good question. I'm looking at it, guys. What do you think? Which non-pay-per-view fight is the biggest one? Holy crap!
The King Flash versus.
No, that's a pay-per-view.
That's a real good card. I think both Ramos brothers, those are entertaining fights. The opponent is at par, and the other fight was Chris Colbert, that guy Rayo Valenzuela on the comeback.
Both two guys that lost. The question was non-pay-per-view.
Non-pay-per-view.
Oh, non-pay-per-view. So all of them. All of them suck.
Let's clarify. I just want to clarify something. For me, I said in the beginning, they don't suck, but they're mediocre compared to what you would expect. It's made worse by the fact that Benavides' plant is on pay-per-view.
I'm gonna be watching.
That should be Showtime, man.
Who's the biggest purse, you think? Who would be gathering the biggest purse out of that schedule off pay-per-view?
Off pay-per-view.
Who's the biggest name they got?
Well, Tim Zoo is probably the biggest, but he's
in Australia. I don't know if that's
Tim Zoo, exactly, right? No, and I'm not saying he's a bad fighter or nothing. I'm just talking about name recognition here in the United States. He wouldn't gather more than $1 million. Tops. Absolute tops. So that's for that reason. I think that's what's going on with Spence Thurman. I think that's why there's a lot of speculation why they haven't been announced. I think a lot of the guys, when the money came to the table and he sat down, he called the individual PBC guys, all the big names, like, what? That's it? That's the slice we got? You're cutting that up? Nah, I'm good. I think that's
the reason that I say those first is because the A side, and all those 3 cards that are not pay-per-view, the guy that's supposed to win is gonna win. The co-main and the main event. The one that I said pay-per-view that you said you didn't ask that, those are 50-50 fights. All of them.
Yeah, I'm only looking forward to the Fundora versus Brian Mendoza fight, to be real with you, and even that's not even all that exciting, to be real with you, unless that fight is pay-per-view, which I'm not even sure. But yeah, I support Fundora. He always brings in a fight. He always brings in a show. I know some people want him to be a back foot bitch and run, but nah, let him bring the action, even if he suffers. Fuck it.
All right, who else do we have in here? Let's get more people here, more voices. Who would we have? We have Rare Reed, Soothsayer. Soothsayer, you wanted to say something? All right, Soothsayer's muted.
Hey, estoy aquí, hold on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is for Gonzalo, unmute yourself.
Yeah, I'm unmuted, man.
What?
Te habla mi papá.
Hey, man, who are you?
What's going on, man?
Oh, okay.
People in the chat are saying that they're looking forward to Figueroa's sister. I don't know what they mean by that. I'm just pointing it out.
I don't understand what you're talking about, man. Your fucking English is fucked up.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
Hey, who did that Ray Mendoza lose to?
Ray Mendoza or Ray Gutierrez or whatever you say, man. I don't understand what you say.
Man. That dude talking nonsense.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
I'm talking. I know what.
Anyways.
Well, you know about Ray
Figueroa's sisters. She's the smoker, right? Figueroa's sister, isn't she fucking super hot?
Yeah, she wears those. She wears painted on clothes.
Yeah, she's the Instagram bimbo.
She don't look like a bimbo, but she's definitely flaunting.
No, but isn't that her gig? Doesn't she do Instagram? Doesn't she have a big Instagram following? As long as she's not on TikTok. I mean, not TikTok, OnlyFans. As long as she ain't pulling that nasty shit.
She's got a degree. She's educated.
And what does that mean?
I don't know. I just said she got a degree. What the fuck is that in college?
I guess you know her biography. Someone's a stalker.
All right, Redbreed, what's your take on this?
On what? PBC or the chick? What are we talking about?
No, the PBC.
Okay. I mean, I'm just waiting because Jimmy's been saying for like the last 5 years or however long you guys been on, PBC's falling apart, but I'm just waiting for that day to happen. Still hasn't happened. So, I mean, eventually you might be right, but until now, like, it sounds more like you want it to happen more than you think it's going to happen.
Oh, God, I want it to happen more than anything. They suck.
Oh, I know.
They're fucking scourge of boxing.
Excellent.
But that's not the case, though. What they were bailed out by Showtime. Remember, they were dead in the water in 2018 at the end. He tried to take over boxing. He sold his product to every single available network, and not one bought an event. And that was his game plan. Pissed through all that money. He's still in court for that, too. That's not even done. They're still suing him for that fucking breach of fiduciary duty.
If you don't think they're hurting or in trouble, you're in denial. Their biggest stars are not fighting. Walter and Spence are probably their biggest names, and they're not fighting. What does that tell you?
No money.
Like, if you're the Yankees and you're paying your top paid guys aren't in the lineup, you're thinking it's okay? Like, come on. Like, you're in denial, bro.
And the original statement, when they started out, remember their statement was, we're here, the whole reason for our existence was to take boxing off of cable TV and get rid of the pay-per-view because it was an archaic model rife with theft. And that's actually what was a quote from his lawyer on the mission statement. And by using those guidelines, that's a failure. It's already been an unmitigated disaster. They lost more money than it would cost to start. When they started in 2015, he could have bought a fucking NFL franchise for the money he pissed through.
Well, shouldn't Tank?
They might not be still. They still might be putting on events, but by any metric, they're a complete fucking disaster.
Well, shouldn't Tank also be inactive? You know, according to that logic, since he's also one of the biggest faces.
To Showtime, he's not with the PBC.
I mean, technically, he's a PBC fighter, is he not?
He's on pay-per-view. So that he's not on Showtime. He hasn't been on Showtime in his last 5 fights. He's been doing pay-per-views his last 5 fights. And the biggest he did was
if they really are broke, they shouldn't be able to afford. They shouldn't be able to afford this Ryan Garcia endeavor.
It's pay-per-view.
It's a pay-per-view.
Well, all of Errol Spence's fights will be on pay-per-view, so I don't understand
all his fights have been on pay-per-view.
Ryan Garcia's bringing all the eyes into the PBC, which sucks, but I mean, it has to happen. That's the only way.
Wait, based on what? You can't just say stupid ass statements like that. Ryan Garcia's never fought on pay-per-view. What eyes did he bring in? We don't know that.
PBC panels, you're not listening to what the people want, bro. You don't know anything.
Who are the people? Who are these people you're talking about?
If we do
Let's talk about real numbers.
Everybody, all the polls I've seen, everybody wants Ryan Garcia versus Tank, bro. Except you, bro.
So you're going off based on polls that you see on YouTube, probably biased channels.
Based on the people that I talk to about boxing, bro. Everybody wants Ryan Garcia versus Tank, bro. Except you, because I don't know, there's something weird about you.
No, you're saying no. You don't change the subject. You're saying that Ryan Garcia is going to bring all the eyes.
Of course, he's bringing eyes to the fucking sport, bro.
You said all the eyes.
How many Instagram followers does he have? He's like 10 million, bro. You think 10 million ain't shit?
So you want to base his numbers in boxing based off his Instagram followers?
I mean, I'm pretty sure those people are following him over boxing, bro.
Jake Paul sold millions of pay-per-views just because of his social media following. I have no idea how to gauge it. I have no idea. It could fall completely flat. I don't know if it's mostly middle-aged gay men who will follow him. I don't know. Or if it's young kids who won't buy it. I have no idea. But in the past, if you go by Jake Paul, that translated to a lot of buys. Here's the thing. It'll be easy to figure out. The metrics will be easy to figure out at the end of the day. Tank has done 5 pay-per-views. The most he's ever sold was 220,000. Mm-hmm. That was the highest out of 5. So on average, on average, he's doing what they're reporting, 200,000. So that's been his average. So now, if this fight does 500,000, you're gonna have to say at least half of those were there for Garcia. It's just fucking fair to say. I mean, it's common sense. Well, but we won't know until the numbers are released.
Before Floyd blew up, he had to fight De La Hoya, right, in order to become the next level superstar. So every fighter no fighter can get to that level without getting that big name on the resume, including Canelo. He had to get Floyd on there.
Okay, let me ask you this question, bro. After Canelo, who else is gonna bring viewership to the sport, bro? Because nobody else is fucking selling.
You gotta make the fight.
Selling, bro.
We got to make the fight.
I think it's gonna be most likely Ryan, bro, based on the
let's say
following.
Let's say Benavidez fights Canelo and beats the shit out of him. And after he beating Caleb Plant, he could become a pay-per-view star.
I don't know, bro. Benavidez don't got that attraction that Ryan has for whatever fucking reason. I don't know, bro.
Like he does. That guy, his persona is kind, and I'm not shitting on him. This is my opinion. The bad guy persona doesn't usually sell. If you look back in history, for the most part, like Golden Boy, the reason why, again, Golden Boy, the big smile and the Pepsi Cola deals, and you know what I mean? Every fucking deal you could think of. Actually, he signed at one time. Little did they know he was slaughtering 16-year-olds behind the scenes and knocking them all up. But that's besides the point. But yeah, so he's kind of like the fucking tough guy Chicano type act he's putting on. I don't know. Historically, that hasn't sold. They want more of the fucking, either a wacky personality, and he's kind of withdrawn and brooding. That's just who he is. I'm not shitting on him. I'm just saying that's who he is. You know what I'm saying?
He's more Fernando Vargas, where Oscar was Oscar.
He's playing the villain role, but he didn't even grow up like that. So I don't know. He's a Chicano. That's more like Vargas actually, is raised in that. But but yeah, you're right. He's playing. He's taking in wrestling. What happened?
Where's your Charlo? Where are the Charlo brothers in this?
Charlo, well, the smaller one is recovering from the injury, and the other one, I don't know. He's got mental issues.
Well, he's going through some rough shit with his wife. I can understand. They got kids and stuff. I'm sure his world's upside down. If she's fucking with him like that, it's making him rough just seeing his own kids. So his head's probably so fucked up right now. I don't wish that on anybody, man.
Is Danny Garcia in there?
No.
Danny Garcia doesn't want to fight anybody.
Danny Garcia doesn't want to fight anybody. Okay.
No, he ran away from Boots.
Is Ugas in there?
No. Ugas wants to fight everybody. He says he claims he wants to fight Boots and Virgil and all these guys.
Though. He must be disappointed. He's not even there.
And he got robbed recently. But that's another story.
That sucks. I saw that. That was terrible. I felt bad for him. He's like, I wish they would have stolen anything but my belts.
Hey, Verbreed, why does it bother you that Ryan Garcia gets all this attention, bro? Despite him not having a world title.
Me. My issue with what you said was that he's going to bring all the eyes. That's cap.
He is to the PBC. You should be happy, bro. Aren't you like a PBC share?
So
like,
what you're saying is Ryan Garcia is going to carry this promotion.
No,
yeah, of course he's gonna carry it, bro.
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. And I always said it was a 50-50 thing, but
It's
for
50-50,
sure,
bro. Like, come on.
Okay.
That's cap.
you're so it's not 50-50, right?
I mean, what is Tank
In your
gonna do?
opinion.
Go to jail?
I don't even know how to gauge. I don't even know how you're convinced of that. Really,
Yeah, I
that
can
Tank
gauge
is
something
something.
when one guy never even fought on pay-per-view.
By
Don't
the
even
way,
know what he brings.
Mexicans are gonna show up for this fight. Mexicans are gonna show up. They're gonna buy this fight in the United States. All the Mexican Americans. So
It depends if they
What do you
actually
mean
believe in
depends?
Ryan Garcia.
What?
If they don't think he can win, they're not gonna buy that shit.
How do you know how it works with Mexicans?
I'm just saying, people are not gonna put their money behind something if they don't believe in it.
Mexicans,
But it's a good
Mexicans
fight, though,
buy
bro.
fucking
Tank,
Miguel Cotto
it's a
fights,
good,
man.
it's a good antagonist, bro, for Ryan. How I see it, bro. He's over there doing all this crime, all this shit. It's
You're
a good
making shit up.
antagonist, bro. It sells, bro.
Mexican Americans historically buy pay-per-views.
Any fights.
They do.
Especially,
this is how it works.
especially if
It's
it's a Mexican. If it's a Mexican, obviously there's gonna be more Mexicans buying it. But even if it's Miguel
Yeah.
Cotto against Floyd Mayweather, you don't think Mexicans were buying? Of course, we were all buying
It's
that
like
shit.
this. It's like this. Who's the biggest purchaser of rap music?
White
Who
people.
do you think it is? Yeah. So that's boxing too. Casuals. Who do you think is going to buy the fight?
true.
That the Ryan supporters are the ones that are the majority. They're going to buy the fight.
Look
Probably
at the people in the
75%.
front row seats in the MGM Grand, whatever. It's a
75%.
bunch of white people, man. It's not all black or brown. You know, it's so you gotta factor that in as well. But anyways, for this fight, for sure, tons of Mexicans are gonna buy it. It's not about I don't think he's gonna win, so I'm not gonna. And by the way,
don't ignore the people.
Okay, but let's even okay. So you're saying that if they don't think he has a chance of winning, they're not gonna buy it. Most Mexicans think he's gonna win, and that's for go just check on the
That's
internet.
good.
That's okay. So they're gonna buy it.
That's
They're using your fucking logic. They're gonna go and buy
Not
it.
only that, but there's also a lot of Ryan haters as well, bro, and they want to see Tank get. I mean, they want to see Ryan get KO'd, and they're under the impression that
and
Tank
vice
has the
versa.
power to do it, bro. I don't
vice
think
versa, the
Tank has the
people-
power to finish Ryan, but that's besides the point. The point is, there's a lot of people that want to see Ryan get beat, whether because it's a supermodel or whether because he has the Instagram following. I don't know, but a lot of people want to see him
You're
go down.
gonna see Tank Davis finally do real pay-per-view numbers.
Yeah,
Hey,
and if
man,
y'all think
everybody-
it's the whites, if
The
y'all think
real
it's the
pay-per-view
whites that are
numbers.
buying the pay-per-view, not man, it's the Mexicans.
No, it's the Mexicans. But
It's the Mexicans,
no, but
bro. The whites have a
Yeah.
lot of sports they can watch, and in these days, these times, they're not really like into boxing as they used to be. That
no,
I
they like
suspect.
MMA. They like MMA, football, and all that
They
stuff.
like
But
MMA. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Why do you think Haymon always tries to match his fighters up with a Mexican when he does a pay-per-view? Just go back and look at him. If you go look at all his pay-per-views, they always try to match it up. If not Mexican, someone has finished because they know
I
that
think that was Floyd's
Mexican
idea.
Americans, but they buy. They're the financial backbone of the sport. No question asked.
I have a
That's
theory
not
about
enough
that, by the way. I think Floyd did that because one, that style was kind of tailored for him, and two, obviously, it was going to do a lot of money because
Well, I'm talking now since the PBC started, since Floyd retired. Even still, Haymon tries to match all his guys. If you go back and look, they're almost always against the Spanish guy.
it's the Floyd blueprint.
Yes, Floyd.
Come on,
tries.
man. I don't think Floyd.
It's
Floyd,
not a
he fought the
blueprint.
Mexicans, but
He's
they,
like
they
the
weren't all
digital.
Mexicans. He fought a lot of Argentinian dudes from other Hispanic nationalities.
Yeah.
Which he only fought like
Yeah.
4 or 5 Mexicans, or 3 or 4.
By the way, Plutonium Loach, thank you for your contribution. He says the LDBC won't even buy the fight; they'll stream it unless the Stone and Showtime has an EBT payment specifically for Ryan versus Tank. All right.
Hey, but if I bring something up, I'm playing the race card, but whatever. I'm gonna let that one slide.
Well, it's
Go
not
ahead.
me. It's it's a chat.
I know.
The voice of the people. But
Yeah, and like I mentioned earlier, I'm looking forward to that Fundora fight, bro. But I would be lying if I was to say that Fundora is the one that's going to bring viewership into the PBC this year. No, it's Ryan, bro. It is what it is.
Is
I don't-
Lubin get a fight?
who's
what's the
scheduled?
problem with saying that Ryan has a fan base? I don't get it. I admit that Tank Davis has a large following. Not denying it, but for some reason it's a problem when it comes to Ryan Garcia. He doesn't have a fan base.
He has a fan base,
A
but
respectable.
I was saying
respectable
earlier-
fan base.
I was saying earlier, the Tank has a cap on his pay-per-view buys because he hasn't had that right dance partner yet, and that's what's going to give Ryan Garcia. Nobody can carry a pay-per-view by themselves unless they're already made, like Canelo.
Canelo, yeah, exactly.
No. I'm talking about because he was already established. Because he had already fought Cotto, he fought Mosley and Floyd. That's how you build your name. Take out the legends or fight legends with bigger names than you have.
Build his name
Oscar
fighting
De La
on
Hoya fight. That's what catapulted him fighting Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
Oscar? Yeah, yes, exactly. You need that dance partner. Which is why the guys in the lower weight classes that, like the one we're talking about right now, that they have a chance to become really big superstars because there's plenty of dance partners. Teofimo, Ryan Garcia, Keyshawn Davis, Shakur Stevenson,
like the rule about Tank
all these
Davis,
guys.
He probably could be bigger had he got the titles. Why didn't he ever go for the titles?
See, they're not trying to. They're moving him like Ryan Garcia. They're not trying to make him some legacy fighter. They're trying to make him to a pay-per-view star.
That's why we're here, because it's bullshit. All this shit is because of that Floyd blueprint. Was like, let's cherry pick and pick the right.
Whoa! No, don't compare Floyd to Tank Davis. That's not the same at all. Floyd actually put in the work before he became.
You just defended that. You said, well, he wants to do it this way. You're not saying that Tank can be a bigger name had he went for the titles.
Look, Frank, you're smarter than that, bro. Frank, you're smarter than that. Floyd put in the work. No, Floyd put in the work before he became a star. He put in the hard work.
He had a lot of
tough opponents.
That's where you don't like to understand.
And if they're trying to make him in a pay-per-view style, if that was their only goal, it would have happened much quicker if he had fought better competition. Obviously, the better the fights, the more eyes on it. Especially, and it's out there. 5 pay-per-views in a row, and he's plateaued at 200,000. Even if you believe those numbers, 5, dude, come on. Even if you believe those numbers, that's fucking abysmal, man.
Yeah,
pay-per-view numbers used to be up around 800,000, 1 million. Canelo just did 800,000 with Plant, for Christ's sakes. Fucking Tank. Even Wilder and Fury did like almost 1 million. So 200,000 is far from a star. That's big. Like, put it this way: if that was back in the days of HBO, he wouldn't have been on another pay-per-view. If they only sold 200,000, that would have been it, because HBO would have been like, "What the fuck? You can't sell."
Hey, the next future Mexican star is going to be fighting on Saturday, bro, and that's a kid named Ray Picasso. He's fighting Kevin Villanueva. The reason I say he's the next star is because he's already being promoted by major brands. Like, I've seen him on a Michelob Ultra commercial. I've seen him getting sponsorships by Adidas. He's all over the place in the Mexican media, being promoted heavily. He's a bantamweight, and he's being promoted heavily by TV Azteca right now. So I'm thinking that's the guy they're trying to build up.
I don't think he can become a star fighting in those weight classes. I'm gonna be honest with you.
They kind of did the same thing with Carlos Cuadras. But
you get recognition, but you'll never become a true superstar fighting those weight classes.
Yo.
What's up?
What are you guys talking about, bro?
Salvador Sanchez was a bantamweight.
Hey, we're talking about Picasso, bro.
We're talking about Tank versus Ryan. Oh yeah, man. Tank Davis is just they're just clout chasing the Hispanic fan base, bro. That's all it is with this fight, man. That's all it is.
How
it always is.
It's a good fight. You act like.
But no.
It's just another clout chase,
this
bro.
thing where it's Tank. He's the big A side. All right, let's say he's a slight A side, but he's not the big A side. If you know what I mean. Ryan Garcia has a huge fan base, man.
Extraordinary numbers. Look at his numbers. They're not anything crazy.
Well, his last pay-per-view was shit. Jimmy just mentioned it.
He's never broke 300,000 at all, ever.
That's a good point. And these people bring. He's been in. How many pay-per-views has Tank been in?
Like
how many
5.
5.
Like 4 or 5. Shit, and he can't break 300.
You know what makes you a pay-per-view star? The fucking numbers. If you're doing good numbers, I can be on pay-per-view and sell 0 pay-per-views. So it doesn't make me a pay-per-view star, does it?
Nope. You gotta have the numbers, and he doesn't have it.
Well, you gotta have that one fight that can, break through the barrier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's why they're using Ryan Garcia right
Exactly.
That's what Ryan Garcia is for.
Because he's not selling, they're not making money. They have to make this fight. They have nothing else to do, bro.
I mean, then Floyd fought Gotti on pay-per-view. What did that do? Does anybody know?
Three something, 340 or 50 or something.
But Gotti was a star in his own right, though. Like,
yeah, Tank Davis can't even do 300,000 though. He never has.
Well, I'm just saying before Floyd fought,
his numbers are.
he wasn't doing.
I've never in my life. I've been watching boxing for a long time. I never
That's
seen
what's
anybody
gonna be doing for 100K right away.
A pay-per-view star with 200,000
like
pay-per-view buys. That's never happened, bro. Like, what the fuck? Those numbers suck.
Boxing has changed. Boxing not as big as it used to be. So that's how it is.
Well, yeah, man. This is their last attempt. Clout chase Ryan Garcia's fan base, and that's it, bro.
Well, he better not lose. He better not lose that fight, because then I don't know where he goes from there.
Tank has got plenty of options.
He goes to jail regardless, bro. But I mean, that's not the point.
He doesn't got options, dude. He doesn't sell. He's like 5'4", man. That he's never gonna become a star, bro.
People still like him. People,
no, they don't. If they like him, he could be
Tank's
doing
next
big
fight
numbers.
After Ryan is gonna be on prison, bro.
If Tank Davis was as big a star as you think he is, he would be doing at least 350 by himself, bro.
I'm sorry,
or 400,000. He can't do that shit.
Bro, there's plenty of people for Tank to fight. He could fight, what's his name? The dude that just fought. Rivera. Yeah, him too. He can get a rematch with Cruz. People still want to see that fight.
Nah, I don't think I'll do good numbers, bro.
Yeah, well, people thought Cruz won that fight. Some people.
I think Ryan Garcia would be a good fight.
Yeah, I got Ryan knocking him out. The reach, but yeah, that'd be a good fight.
I mean, I'm saying a good fight in terms of Mexicans showing off for that fight.
Potentially.
I just don't want
really
fucking
like Ryan Garcia
Tank
like that.
Davis. I just don't want fucking Tank Davis to be breaking his hand on Ryan Garcia, bro, like he did on Pitbull Cruz. Because I know Tank Davis is fragile, bro.
Well, that was an excuse, man. Let's be real. Tank Davis
handle it, bro.
Tank Davis was.
That was not an excuse. He wasn't using that, man.
Pitbull Cruz is a bum, bro. He's a bum.
No, he's not.
I mean, that's true.
He's
not even that good. He has some good qualities, but
yeah, bro, he's a bum. He got him from a random village, bro.
He was old. Francisco Vargas is old, beat up. He hit him with everything. He couldn't get him out of there,
bro. They got him from a random pueblo over there in Mexico, bro. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, he's not that good. Tank Davis struggled with that guy who's not fucking. He's not good, bro. He's a fun little fighter, bro. But he's not anything special.
He's not anything special. He just looked good against Tank.
How many fighters are special? That's not fair.
I like how he's turning down fights and shit. That's what cracks me up.
Picasso's special, homie.
He's trying to dictate what money he's going to get. It's just like, dude, what's your claim to fame? You lost to Tank Davis? I mean, dude, sit the fuck down with that attitude.
Well, Jimmy, if he fights Shakur Stevenson, if he fights Shakur Stevenson, you know what's going to happen. He's going to get embarrassed.
It wasn't just yeah, of course. I totally understand him not fighting Shakur Stevenson, but there was other guys. He also turned down Garcia. He turned down, and there was two other people that names, and he tried to price himself right out. His father was like acting like he was the A side. It's just crazy.
He's going to fight Edwin De Los Santos, right?
Aren't they PBC?
He's going to fight De Los Santos, the guy who knocked out what's his name?
Yeah, PBC fighters aren't allowed to leave unless it's some big ass money, bro, or some shit, bro.
That sounds like every promotional company.
Yeah, not really, bro.
By the way, I want to say, tell Don Madrazos, mute your mic. I muted your mic, but you should mute your mic because I can hear. I don't know, you're driving or something, so that's why I have you muted. Yeah,
that's not true because Jose Ramirez and Hooker fought each other, and that wasn't a big money fight. And there were two different promotional companies, bro.
Top Rank and DAZN, right?
Yeah. So
they work together all the time.
They do fuck with each other. It's the PBC that they're
hard. Professional promotions, bro.
Or even like mid-table guys like Cruz, they won't let him leave to fight fucking anybody.
I mean, Cruz doesn't want to fight those guys. So that's
you know why they didn't let him leave to fight Ryan? Because Ryan would fuck him up and then make fucking Tank Davis look stupid.
Anybody can join in the chat. Let me just tell everybody, the link is in the description. The link is in the chat if you want to jump on. Go ahead, guys.
Yeah, let's not forget it was Ryan who made this fight happen. I mean, he went through every length, jumped through every hoop. They made it as hard for Ryan. He could have easily said no to the catch weight. Could have said no to the time frame. He said let him get the tune-up. I mean, make it make sense. Why did they make it so hard?
Well, he's got no leverage, Frank. He's the B side.
No. See, that's what we're talking about. That Tank is a fraud. He's a fraud, bro, and he's gonna get exposed.
Tank is not the first person to take advantage of the A side powers.
But he's not an A side. That's what we're telling. That's what we're saying. He's not a true A side. That's just
they're equal in my opinion.
That this Floyd movement created. It's not.
Well, Ryan Garcia's people are treating him like one.
Because
they have no other choice. Either Ryan makes concessions or the fight doesn't happen because Tank Davis is a pussy, bro. Let's be real.
And that's how you negotiate. You got to make concessions when you don't have the leverage.
And I don't know if you know, bro.
This thing was dragging, man, for a long time. Come on. The only reason why they're making this, the only reason, maybe, the only reason why they're rushing this is because he's going to jail soon. So.
I don't know if you know, bro, but the reason they were taking long to sign off was because the fight has a rematch clause, and it still does. But how the rematch clause works is if Ryan loses, he doesn't get a rematch. But if Tank loses, he does get a rematch. So that's how the rematch clause works, right now, bro. It only works to favor Tank, bro.
How can Tank fans let his ass get away with all this bullshit, all this bitch shit he's doing, bro?
Yeah, man.
How you guys endorsing the fuck shit he's doing, bro? He's been ducking and dodging Ryan for almost like 2 years. He never fought Lomachenko, and now all this he's putting all these stipulations on the contract for Ryan that's out there in the public, bro. Like he didn't let Ryan get his tune-up. Ryan was trying to make this fight last year. He was trying to make
it side, baby. That's the A side, baby.
So Ryan hasn't done any bullshit all these years.
That's that A side power, baby.
Yeah, exactly. A side.
This man,
Ryan
pulled out a 1-5, bro. Ryan Garcia pulled out a 1-5.
Not just because of
Ryan Garcia pulled out a 1-5 and he won't let that shit go. Tank has never fought anybody in any of the weight classes he's been in. Tank has touched 3 different weight classes and never fought the top dog in any of them. Somehow has been a champion in 3 different classes. That doesn't make any fucking sense. How can you endorse that shit, bro?
At least Tank has had a real belt. Ryan Garcia's been in 2 weight classes, real belt.
Bro, that's what that is. Why are you going to support his fool does shit, bro?
Yeah, but we're not pretending that Ryan has a real belt. That's the difference, bro. You guys are pretending that Tank has real belts when he doesn't, bro.
Yeah, but Ryan's only 24. He's only 24 years old. Tank's almost 30. He's been a champion for 6 years.
Well, what champion?
Devin Haney's younger than Ryan Garcia.
He's like Blair Cobbs. Bro, he's like Blair Cobbs.
Bro, he stole Machado's belt, and Machado's the guy that actually beat the guy, and they gave it to fucking Gervonta.
Shakur Stevenson is a 2-weight division champ, and he's the same age as Ryan Garcia. That's an excuse.
He's really only a 1 division champ at 130, bro. That's it.
The best dude
130 and that's it, bro.
By the time Canelo was Giovante's age, he had fought Triple G once and sold 1.3 million pay-per-views. Fought Trout, all those guys. All right, sorry.
Well, luckily for Canelo, there was a Floyd Mayweather in his era. Tank doesn't have that.
Well, I mean,
you saying Canelo? No. Canelo didn't become a star because of the Floyd fight.
Oscar De La Hoya was in that era.
Exactly. It's a ball by chance. That's what I'm saying. Like you gotta have.
He had a Lomachenko and ran away from him.
Lomachenko's not a superstar. You got everybody behind him, bro. He had a whole machine.
No, but if Tank beats he would have beat Lomachenko. He would have been elevated, bro, into a real star. But that never happened.
No, he wouldn't. Because nobody knows who the fuck Lomachenko is.
Oh, you're lying now. Now you're fucking lying. If he would have, if Tank would have beaten Lomachenko, let's be honest, that would have been the beginning of no. If Tank Davis would have fought Lomachenko, if Tank Davis would have defeated Lomachenko, he would have been the beginning of a superstar. That's what you would have been saying. This is the beginning. Yeah, exactly. So stop saying that nobody knew Lomachenko, man. You're lying.
No. He's comparing fighting Lomachenko to Canelo fighting a Floyd Mayweather or Floyd fighting De La Hoya. De La Hoya and Mayweather are real superstars.
Lomachenko is a star, right? Superstar. Not. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. Is Ryan the level of? Is Ryan? You just said Tank Davis is fighting Ryan Garcia, and that's his De La Hoya fight in a way.
Against somebody who's never been on pay-per-view.
Is Ryan Garcia a superstar? Is Ryan Garcia a superstar like Floyd or Canelo? Yes or no?
No, he's a star.
So that's the same with Lomachenko. Same thing.
No. Ryan's got more. He's got a bigger fan base than Lomachenko.
You're just making excuses here.
Okay.
It's true. I'm sorry. All the shit that Lomachenko has done, but Ryan Garcia is still a bigger name.
Bro, the best
his fights so far haven't pulled in bigger numbers. So,
the best dude take his spot.
He's going to carry the promotion. So
the best dude take his spot. The best dude take his spot is still Jose Pedraza, and he still hasn't stepped up the competition from there, bro.
Was it at 130?
There's never been an Eastern European fighter.
And that
there's never been an Eastern European fighter that's crying, bro.
He was crying that Jose Pedraza was too much for him.
Well, he's not Eastern European. He's from Kazakhstan, which is more Asian. It's above like India.
Well, ethnically, but country-wise, he's considered. Well, you know what? Never mind. I'm not going to call that
Russian.
But
he's Russian. But yes, I understand what you're saying. I would beg to say that Usyk right now is pretty big. He's not as big as Fury, but his name sells.
What's that sound?
Yeah.
Sounds like hiss. Somebody's hissing. Somebody's like tires.
Like a waterfall or some shit.
All right, go ahead. It's gone.
Usyk?
You just don't like Lomachenko, dude. You know you just don't like Lomachenko.
I do like Lomachenko, but he's not a star. That's just the truth.
Okay, but
Tank ain't a star either.
Listen, if
no,
Tank,
but he's definitely a bigger name than Loma.
Okay, if Tank would have defeated Lomachenko in a pay-per-view, you don't think it would have been the beginning of a young star? You know, like the passing of a torch in a way?
No.
Okay.
Because Loma, unfortunately, never. I mean, it's not his fault, but he never really crossed over to the mainstream.
Well, or he didn't cross over to the American audience. I know when he did the Olympics, his fights were always the most watched because on the world stage he's big. In Ukraine he's big. Remember, he's coming from the Ukraine. He's fighting. It's like I would hope that Tank Davis, an American-born kid who's been on 5 pay-per-views, can pull some people in the seats. Absolutely. But Lomachenko is a kid from Ukraine. I bet you right now, if there wasn't a war over there and shit, and it wasn't such a corrupt country, and if they held a fucking fight there, he'd sell it out.
Yeah, actually, Loma fighting Tank would do more for his name than the other way around. Right now. Let's say Loma beats Tank Davis.
I don't even think that, but we're talking about in the past.
Yeah, if Loma were to beat Tank Davis right now, that so-called the thing I'm talking about, the mainstream appeal, he would get that.
We're talking about when Tank avoided Lomachenko. And what would have happened, hypothetically speaking, if that fight obviously would have taken place? What would have happened?
It would have been a great fight, but Floyd obviously wasn't confident enough. Look, there's no more. I'm not going to make excuses for Floyd Tank's resume. So that's why I'm giving him a pass, because now that Floyd is gone, there's no more excuses. So let's see how he moves.
Good move.
Still the same people.
Leaving Floyd, but yeah, I guess Jimmy knows better. It's the same people, Jimmy.
Oh, no, it's still the same fucking people. Well, it's Haymon. Haymon makes all the calls to begin with. You know what I'm saying? It's so.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think at the end of the day, the fighters, if they want to make the fights, it's going to happen. Look at what's his name, Fulton. He had to call Haymon and said, "I want Inoue."
And now again, that's when all the fucking fighters in the PBC are fucking like Wilder's out there right now. Flew to Dubai to meet with those people to say, put me in a fight. Met with everybody out there. He couldn't have done that before. They're doing that now because there's been a restructuring at Showtime. There's no money. But prior to that, no fucking way. He didn't let people leave. Unless somebody's going to tell me that after Errol Spence did his best, he was by far the talk of boxing when he went over to Britain and he beat the, what's his name? Brooke. If it was up to him, you think he would have put himself on a shelf for a year and then come back against Cambosos in the middle of the afternoon? No. These guys, Haymon says jump. I mean, Campos, whatever his name was. Haymon says jump, and they said how high. He's the fucking final. And just the wording of shit, he allowed me to do it when they talk about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, these excuses on Floyd and Haymon, this is bullshit, dude. Fulton probably never was going to fight anyway. They probably told him they didn't have the funds for the Figueroa fight, so go make it with the Inoue. Because he was always going to fight Brandon Figueroa. He had said he'll wait, Inoue, he'll let him do whatever. He never wanted to fight anyway.
Yeah, he did.
Well, you got Dante's Boxer Nation made a video saying that he shocked old media, especially that, that he he dropped his belt and came to 122 asking for Fulton, when he's been calling out Fulton since the first time I heard him mention his name by name was August of last year. When I'm done with 122, I'm 18, I'm going 122 for Fulton. So that's the guy he wanted. So, you know what I mean? And then the minute he dropped his belt, he petitioned the WBO for that super status so he would be Fulton's number one. That's the guy he wanted. So good on fucking Inoue going after the baddest guy, 122, because Fulton is definitely that. And good on Fulton for taking the fight and going to Japan, man. Nothing but fucking respect for him for that.
Yeah.
Donatello's
I look forward to the exclusive in that fight.
Fake news. I don't know how even people consider him a reliable source.
Because they eat it up.
Well, he said everybody. He said everybody I speak to, the fighters, even though this is how he phrased it. Old media, surprising, even though old media has been calling him pound for pound number one, he said it sarcastically. He said a lot of people, including professional fighters, are going with Fulton. And then you go to fucking the Vegas odds, but it's Sports Geeks, Vegas odds. They all have him like a pretty big betting favorite right now. Higher than I thought. I wasn't expecting as much. It was like a 3-1.
Wait, they have Fulton as favorite over Inoue?
No, Inoue the favorite.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
It was a wider spread than I expected is all. I thought a lot of people were going to go 50-50 because of the
fuck out of Fulton. They're going to learn the hard way on fight night or whenever the fuck fight happens.
You know he wants to take the tough fights, in my opinion, because he's on the warpath. He wants to retire soon because that orbital bone. And, you know, them lighter weights, you know, they get worn down quicker. So he's pretty much a short career, 2-3 fights, maybe 5.
It's a legacy fight. It's like
he's going to the next division and be the first undisputed champion back-to-back, in my opinion. Because he'll fight out Magdaliev after that.
I've been hesitant to call him pound for pound number one because I'm be honest with you, I didn't really think too much of his opponents previously. But if he beats Fulton, then there's no argument. He's pound for pound number one, whatever you want to call him, best fighter in the world.
But Rare Breed, how could you say that? You didn't think much of his opponents. His opponents were all ranked in the top 5. Actually, most of them in the top 3. Ranked. Ring Magazine champion. They were ranked by Ring number 2, number 3, number 5, and he obliterated them in 2 rounds. They were the best of the weight classes. He fought them all, even in the World Super Series. Rodriguez, who's look at how that aged. Rodriguez has been ripping it up since that loss.
But Jimmy, you know that every weight class is not created equally. There are certain weight classes in boxing that are just weak. Look at 160. 160 is not a great weight class. If you go undisputed right now at 160, people are not gonna go, "Oh my god, what a tough."
So you'd rank above anyway.
54, and people overrate that.
54 is a tough division. Stop it.
Navarrete, the kid he fought, the Mexican, he was like 40. He was 48 and 0-1. 48-1. And the only person he lost to his whole career was a prime Donaire. You know, do
you respect Crawford's run at 140?
Do I respect? I respect anybody's run. Yeah, no, I respect it. I respect.
Okay, but let's not act like it was some
super strong one. No, it's not super strong. But I'll tell you right now, in my opinion, I'd put him up against pretty much any fucking 140 at his prime in boxing.
Of course.
At any era, I think he was that good.
Well, all I'm saying is Fulton is the first fighter.
Even Diaz, when he beat Diaz, nobody wanted anything to do with Diaz.
Fulton is the first fighter. What?
No. Let me finish. Fulton, and by the way, this is vice versa. But Fulton is the first fighter Inoue is going to fight that it can actually be considered 50-50. People have him on the pound for pound list. So we're going to see if Inoue is what you say he is. We're going to find out.
Which list? Whose list?
No, I know he's what he is. He's a 3-division Ring Magazine fucking undisputed champion in 3 divisions. I mean, he is what he is. He's a fucking phenom, and he destroyed them all. Like,
wait, he was undisputed in all those? Are you sure it was all 3 divisions? He was undisputed.
No, he was the 4-belt undisputed in the last one, but he was undisputed. He was unified. This would be his 4th division. He was unified 2. He was the undisputed unified champion at 118. And the guys he fought were the best, all ranked by all the fucking sanctioning boards. 1, 2, 3, and 5. They were all the best.
Man.
He didn't duck anybody. He fought the best in the division. You didn't watch the smaller weights, dude. You know you didn't. You said before you didn't watch those weights. Rodriguez is a good fighter, and he's proven it. He's about to fight again.
He ranks 10th above anyway. That tells you all you need to know about this guy.
No,
So
not
you're telling
resume
us
wise.
you
Actually, you know what? Resume wise is not really that far apart. To me, if we're talking about like skills, if we're talking about skills, you can't tell me Inoue is a more skilled fighter than Tank Davis. Sorry.
So that proves it. You are.
Yeah, I really truly believe that.
I do think. I do think Inoue is a top 5 pound for pound boxer, bro. But the thing about Inoue, I never see Inoue beat Chocolatito. I never see Inoue beat Gallo Estrada. I never see Inoue face
Can't tell me
Ioka.
Inoue is more skilled fighter than Shakur Stevenson. He's not.
But you didn't say so, Stevenson. You said Tank Davis, and that's a joke.
Him too.
Are you kidding me, man? What does Tank do that's even... back up. What does Tank do? Is it footwork? Absolutely not. Fucking, he's never off balance. Tank can't even fight going backwards, and he fights bums.
Yes, he can.
And he can't do it.
He proved that against Cruz.
Did he really?
Yes. He literally fell on the back foot the whole fight.
He went, back foot all fight against the fucking, went life and death with a nobody, a last minute replacement.
Come on, you got nobody. As a Cruz is not a bomb.
Dude, when Santa Cruz, when they said, remember, he was replaced 3 weeks out of the fight. He was supposed to fight the fucking retard, but because he fucking diddled someone in fucking Espinoza is a piece of shit and fucking kicked him. Well, she shouldn't have, because he only did that because of who he is, but whatever. But he took on Isaac Cruz. Nobody. He was only on Showtime Showbox before that. I saw him fight, and when I saw him fight, he didn't do that well. Yes, he's a tough little fucking Mexican with good lungs. You know, he fights from up, in the North Country. I mean, up in the mountains up there in Mexico City. All those little Mexicans can fucking fight all night long. Absolutely. But that being said, Tank went life and death with that kid. Remember, they're handpicking people for him to obliterate. And he went life and death with them.
Okay, Jimmy.
And he also he went all 12. And he went all 12 with a fucking one-legged Gamboa. You know what Inoue would have done with someone one-legged in his weight division? Never mind someone who goes down more than a Kardashian on a douchebag. Gamboa's been down so many times. They actually rent fucking rental space out in the bottoms of his feet for ad space, so people can see it when he's on his back.
Yeah, imagine Inoue just sitting in a division and not going for the titles. He's moving up to a new weight class and going straight for the titles. What is
the best fighter in the division? Tank avoided everybody in his own every division he's in. Yeah, he avoided everybody. Whereas Inoue calls everybody out.
No, wait. You're misconstruing
Russell Jr. or avoided someone like Tevin Farmer or avoided someone like Loma.
You're misconstruing. You're misconstruing my point. I'm not saying that Tank is moving better than Inoue or he's got a better legacy than Inoue.
Fought the best super flyweights though, bro.
No, when you come, when you try to,
he only beat Omar Andres, and Omar Andres was good. He was WBO champion, but I would have liked seeing Inoue against Ioka and Chocolatito and Gallo.
Yeah, or even Chacal. What's his name? Chacal. What's his name?
That's the only negative thing I have to say about Inoue's
Are you talking about Rigondeaux?
Yeah, the 150.
Rigondeaux. People say he avoided Rigondeaux.
No, he didn't.
Inoue is top 5 pound for pound or top 3 pound for pound. I'm not denying that though.
He just turned pro 3 years ago. Rigondeaux was already irrelevant. He already quit on the bench against Lomachenko. He didn't quit. Rigondeaux was Rigondeaux fighting at 118. Remember, he just went up to 118. Before that, he was fighting at 115.
Wait. But the same guys who trash Inoue prop up Devin Haney as undisputed. That's their argument. He's undisputed, though. You can't argue. But they'll trash Inoue being undisputed.
Yeah, right. But I want to address the fucking he had ducked Rigondeaux. How could he duck somebody who was in 3 weight classes ahead of him, above him?
I didn't say that. Some people say that.
Yeah, well,
I'm not saying that.
Well, some people are saying that because, and I guarantee you I know for what reasons. That's what it is. I mean, it is what it is. I'm white, so I'm not black or fucking Japanese. So, you know what I mean? I have no fucking bias in this.
But you're missing my point.
How can you respect yourself saying that, dude? How can you respect yourself saying you had no. How can anybody respect a person who says that Tank is rated above, who ranks Tank above Inoue at this point? Look at what he's doing. He's going straight for the champion. Yeah, that's what you said.
See, look,
how can you respect
you're missing my point. Let me finish.
What's your point?
Let me finish my point, Frank. Hold up. So I'm not saying his legacy.
Inoue hasn't fought any black dudes, so he hasn't proven himself, bro. That's his point.
Can I finish my point? And then you can respond.
Go ahead.
So I'm not saying that Tank has got a better resume or he's moving better than Inoue. I'm saying skill for skill, Tank is more skilled than Inoue.
Dude, that's
all I'm saying.
Insane. That's insane. That's not even saying that wasn't something I have to sit and think about. No, okay, let me ask you. What does Tank do as good? Name what he does as good as Inoue.
Bro, name one thing he does better than Inoue.
For one, I think he's a pound for pound harder puncher than Inoue.
No.
That's ridiculous.
He's got better better defense.
You don't go.
He got better defense.
He didn't stop Cruz. He went all 12 with Gamboa, who's been knocked out.
Tank is better at doing hit and runs, bro.
I mean,
I said Cruz is small for that weight class too. That's the funny part.
Has Inoue stopped everybody?
Yes, he's fought in 18 world championship fights.
Tank is better at choking women,
17 out of 18. Knocked out 17 out of 18 world champion fights. 17 out of 18 he knocked out. Not technical knockout, not fucking always got boom, smoked. One hitter quitters. Walk away, punch and turn and walk to your corner because you know that dude ain't getting up. Tank doesn't have that kind of power.
Tank is better at ducking people, bro.
Listen, everybody can have their own opinion, but Rare Breed, you're in the extreme minority over here that thinks that Tank is
no, just on this channel.
No, okay. All right, so
in
are you actually telling me? Is this actually, you know what, Rare Breed, you're right. I know who's fucking saying Tank is better than fucking.
This is the only high quality channel you come to, bro. That's the problem, bro.
So Rare Breed, the only thing that you think Tank does better is hey, bro. So the only thing you think Tank does better
we
than
got real boxing experts in this panel, bro. That's what you don't understand, bro.
All right, so tell me what else, because that's kind of a stupid thing, right? Because
I think he's got better footwork than Inoue. He's better. He's better on defense. Yes. He's better on defense.
Oh my god.
He's a better counter puncher than Inoue.
How many runners has Tank fought and he caught and stopped? How many runners?
Paul Butler is not a runner. He just decided to run on that day.
I know, bro. I'm saying
he normally doesn't fight like that.
How many
when is Tank going for undisputed, bro?
Well, how many slick fighters has Inoue fought?
He just finished knocking one out. He just finished knocking one out.
Oh man, he's a British fighter. They're not known for
your definition of slick. Your definition of slick is African American. Is it?
A British fighter is better than Tank, bro.
Say what you mean, bro, about Inoue, bro.
Fighter that Inoue is gonna fight.
Black dude, so he ain't fought nobody, right? Say what you fucking mean, bro.
What?
Dude, you don't know any of those guys he fought. Yeah,
Tank pound for pound because Butler actually had a belt, bro. What the fuck does Tank has, bro?
Nothing. Butler is trash.
He's trash. Why is he trash?
He's not a good fighter. You know it. Don't try to act like this is some kind of weird ass statement.
So how many runners has Tank fought and caught?
I don't think Tank's fought any runners. He usually fights Mexicans.
Okay, so how can you talk about his footwork, bro? When he fights
because you guys. When you look, because the guys he usually fights come forward
a little bit, but he can't track nobody down.
And he's shown that he can fight on the back foot.
Kind of.
Listen,
because
not kind of. He's shown it against Cruz.
No, Pitbull was pressing him and he was landing. He was snapping his head back. Yo, fucking Gamboa on one foot was landing 3-punch combinations on fucking Tank, dude. How many world champions fucking eat that many shots in a row, bro? How many?
Yeah, and Tank's lost rounds to Rolly Romero. Fucking, you know how many rounds Inoue has lost? I think Steve Kim wrote an article in all his fights. He's got 21 fights. He's lost maybe 4 rounds in 21 fights, and he fights world champions. We're comparing him against somebody who fights handpicked no-hopers. And he fought, like this dude tweeted, for the chronically uninformed, Jamie McDowell, WBA champ, ranked number 2 by Ring Magazine. Carlos Payano, ranked number 4th worldwide by the Transitional Board, number 4 by the WBC WBA. Animel Rodriguez, number 2 by the Ring Magazine Transitional Board in the WBC. Donea, he fought him. He demolished, and those guys, the ones I just mentioned, he obliterated all of those guys in 2 rounds. And Naev, I didn't even add him. He knocked him out in 2 rounds too, and he had never been off his feet in 48 professional fights, and he fought everybody in that weight class, dude. Come on, dude. Tank has got better skills. That's ridiculous, bro.
Here's the
ridiculous.
thing. I met people that could run fast and didn't know how to dance. So just because you could run fast doesn't mean you actually have footwork. Just want to throw that out there.
Put him in there with guys with no footwork, bro. You don't have to do nothing with his footwork, bro.
Okay. See, look, the reason why I can't have Inoue as my number 1 pound for pound is, what's the criteria? Is he the most skilled fighter in the world?
Rolly's the best fighter ever, bro.
Wait, let me
Rolly's
finish.
not the best fighter ever. I'm letting you know, bro.
I'm not going to go for long. Hold on, let me finish real quick. So, the reason why I don't have Inoue, and by the way, he's in my top 5. I got him top 5 pound for pound, but just not number 1. So what I'm saying is, what's your criteria for being number 1?
About fucking boxing, bro. You're just a fucking black supremacist, bro. You're a fucking piece of shit, bro. And all you do, bro, is come for black fighters. You fucking piece of shit. Fuck you.
Okay, you done?
Boxing, bro. Speak fucking boxing, bro. Ain't nobody want to hear that black shit no more, bro.
Go get over it.
Be fucking fair, you fucking piece of shit.
I am being fair.
Be fucking fair.
Just because I don't have Inoue my number 1 pound for pound doesn't mean that.
How the fuck is he better than Inoue, you fucking faggot?
You can't speak against the narrative, bro.
Fucking black bitch.
Get upset. People get upset, and they call you a troll.
It's not against the narrative. It's fucking. You got a dude who's. Let me just say this. Give me 1 minute, and I'll be done, brother. Ready? All right. In 24.
I get my point across for once.
All right. I just want to say this real quick, brother.
No, bro. Don't say shit no more, bro. I want to hear somebody else speak, bro.
No, this is me, Jimmy.
No, I don't want to hear you no more, bro.
Me?
Yes.
What the fuck did Jimmy?
What did I do? What did I
didn't do shit. Jimmy just keep talking.
Because dude's nervous, bro. Like, stop playing with this fucking black son of a bitch, bro. Like, let's just be honest, bro. He's on some black shit, bro.
He's on some black shit, bro. Shut the fuck up. Do
Shut up,
something
fucking faggot. Fucking mayate.
So Tank has. You think Tank has better footwork than Inoue? Is that for real?
Yeah.
Okay, so what else does he have that's better than Inoue? He has.
He doesn't have shit, bro. He doesn't have shit, bro.
Footwork pound for pound. No, I wanted to answer. What else, bro? Is that it?
Defense.
Better defense, bro. He's a punching bag. What are you talking about?
He fights people like for one. He fights people who can actually punch. Like who in that weight class other than Donaire? And he went.
Donaire, he fought fucking Rivera's. He fought a bunch of dudes that had like high knockout ratios. I'm gonna say this real quick. Sorry if it offends anybody, but anyway, check this out. In 24 professional fights, 18 of them have been for world titles. Now think about that compared to fucking Davis with 1 legitimate opponent in 6 years. 24 fucking fights, 18 were world titles. Knocked out 17 out of the 18. He won his first world title in his 7th. No, he won his first of 7 world titles in 3 divisions in just his 6th professional fight. He also won the Super World Boxing Series in a dominant fashion.
Again, you're comparing resumes. I'm not comparing resumes.
No, resumes. Listen, no, I'm talking about skills. And listen, you can say skills and skills, but against who? You're talking about tanks. Of course it does. Of course it does. If you're able to blast out Ripper, who are you fucking talking to? Like, I just started following boxing last year, dude. Fucking dude, he's done this against world titles. 24 professional fights. 18 of them were for world title championship fights. What do you think? These guys were bums? And he's obliterated all of them. He's only lost 4 rounds in 24 fights. Tank loses half his rounds before he catches somebody. Man, you can say he's exciting. He puts a lot of fucking people in the seats. Oh, yeah. But to say he's a better, more skilled fighter than Inoue, there's a reason why people who get paid to give their opinion, who write to the sport, list Inoue pound for pound, either number 1 and number 2, and Tank ain't even in the top 10. And there's a reason for that. Now, let me tell you, dude, man.
Let me tell you why. Tank is a more complete fighter than Inoue because he can fight you on the back for a beat
Wait.
and
Explain the
be
defense.
defensively sound.
Do we need to paint Butler black for you to give him props or something, bro? Like, give him blackface, give him some fucking blackface for you to give him fucking props.
Let me talk.
Bro.
Let me talk.
Hey, fuck you, Mirage. What's your fucking bitch ass name?
No, Red, we let you talk.
You should to suck Benavidez' dick, bro.
Here's the thing.
Benavidez' dick sucking right now, Mirage. Please, get the fuck out of here.
Mirage, shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ, I'm gonna have to mute Mirage. Listen,
thank you, bro.
Rare Breed, man, we let you talk long enough. Don't act like we haven't give you enough time. You said you're ridiculous.
Every time I try to make a point, you keep interrupting me, but whatever.
You made a bunch
whatever.
Of okay. This isn't a Rare Breed show, first of all. Second of all right, we get your point. You think Tank Davis is better than Inoue. Nobody else thinks that.
More skilled,
whatever. Nobody else thinks that besides you. And you said, "Oh, there's other channels." I know which channels you're talking about. Nobody gives a shit about what they say. Nobody, nobody. You fuck.
Are these homosexual channels, bro? Promoting LGBTQ. Fuck all fucking channels, bro.
The same guys that might make excuses for Wilder. These are the same guys that make excuses for Deontay Wilder.
These are biased channels, correct or not?
I got Mexican dudes on here. A bunch of Mexican dudes saying that fucking English
anti-black. I can never imagine.
So nobody can say, well, it's because it's their ethnic.
Well, why does it matter if there's a bunch of Mexicans on here?
My point being, it's because Inoue Japanese.
Yeah,
we're not.
So what? He's not black.
All right.
Why do you hate Asians?
I'd love to see one shot with his eight brothers, and even one of them gives fucking flowers to Inoue.
Yeah, I don't have a dog in this race.
I don't care.
Look at the resume, bro.
I have Tank in my pound for pound list. I'm going to tell you no.
Yes, you do, bro. Shut up.
No, I don't. I swear to God, I don't. He's not in my top 10 pound for pound.
So I give Mexican Americans shit. They're honest. I know a lot of people try to say, "Oh, Mexicans always go Mexicans." That's bullshit. That's not.
Well, a lot of them hate black
for the most part, well. Mexican, but dude, they're the back on the box, and they support the sport.
We're unbiased, we're non-racist, bro. We just want to see the sport.
They'll root for the foreigner of the fellow
We're not fucking racist, bro. Like these black dudes on YouTube, bro, and all over the fucking.
Nah, that's cap. There's plenty of racist Mexicans.
Shit. They're all fucking racist, bro. They're all
you have a whole channel called 60 Days Racist, bro. You probably go on there.
Have you never been fucking racist, bro? I've always kept the boxing.
Did they keep you off and you jumped on and talked to you and ran your mouth? Did they ever do that to you?
It's always fucking black boxers accusing Mexicans of doing steroids when it's the black boxers doing all the roids, bro. Look at Roy Jones.
Can you name me a black channel that talks about Mexican people all day and calling them beaners and all kinds of shit?
Yeah, when you go there,
because I don't watch stupid
when you go there, they do, and then they block it.
Exactly, because it doesn't exist.
I don't fuck. No, they do exist, but I don't fuck with it, so I'm not gonna be naming them, bro.
YouTube that you promote every single day.
That's a fucking border hopper, bro. I've been called all type of shit on these fucking black ass channels, bro. And I've yet to say something racist ever in my fucking life, bro. And these dudes get on some racial shit, bro.
All right, listen. Let's move on from this ridiculous topic.
I want to say something real quick. Just rare breed. Not having Gervonta Davis in his top 10 pound for pound makes it even worse because he got other black fighters before him. So basically, he's saying that Inoue is not top 10, but Gervonta's better, and he's not even top 10. So that makes Inoue not even like top 10 or 15.
No, I was gonna say that.
That is what you're saying. That is what you're saying, bro.
No, I have Inoue in my top 10 because for his accomplishments.
Oh. So what the fuck does
that's
that
a lot of
He's a three division champ. No,
yeah, you better give props to Inoue. You better give him props.
Two different things.
I know if you go to
that means you get all convoluted, man. Hey, just call the spade, bro.
It doesn't make sense.
Call the spade a spade. Pound for pound.
No, I mean Lomachenko has more accomplishments than Shakur Stevenson, but Shakur will wash him. So I'm talking about skills.
You get a little too complex.
Hey, don't compare Shakur Stevenson to Lomachenko, bro. Lomachenko is a real fucking fighter, bro.
It's too complex for you, maybe. But
Shakur is a real fighter too, you dummy.
Look at Badu Jack.
He couldn't even make weight against Contenciao, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
Badu Jack is a 3-division champion. So Badu Jack has accolades. But in terms of skill, he wouldn't be like a top pound for pound fighter.
Exactly.
Hey, we're not
Right.
discussing Benavidez right now, bro. We're not discussing Benavidez right now, bro. So shut the fuck
Inoue is
up.
way more dominant than fucking
Here's
Battle
the fuck
Jack.
Battle Jack, man.
No,
Hey,
You
to
guys
be
make
fair,
it too
to be fair to
complicated, man.
Inoue,
Seriously.
he's way more dominant than Battle Jack. So
Mirage,
that's I understand your point, Mirage.
Mirage, but
And I gotta
Mirage.
say too, man, do you guys remember Triple G fight?
Badu
Sorry,
Jack,
Bucho, go.
Badu Jack has a much better record than Tank Davis. So you
Oh,
can
yeah,
actually make
but
an
who
argument.
do you think is a more skilled fighter, though? Tank Davis.
Tank Davis isn't
be
for any.
honest.
It's difficult to gauge how good Tank Davis is when his resume is shit. Do you agree, Brady?
That part.
No, not really. Sometimes you can just tell who the talented guys are, bro. Like Tank Davis is the real deal. If you don't see that, I don't know what to tell you.
Tank Davis is a dude.
Tank Davis makes Ronnie Romero look badass, bro.
Tank Davis, you know what Tank Davis was doing? He was wrestling him to the ground. He was pushing him back against the ropes. The crowd was hooting and hollering because fucking Hypocrisy was landing on his ass.
I bet you Tank Davis' last name was Ortiz and he fought on Golden Boy.
I thought he beat him, fool.
If his name was, listen, I can listen. I can shout it out right now. Triple G, Los Angeles, the whole bowl outside when he fought at a Mexican American, and the whole place was Mexicans, and they were cheering for a Kazakhstan. Without a doubt, 99% of the motherfuckers there were Mexican Americans, and they were howling. That was one of the liveliest crowds I've ever seen. I'm just being honest. I've never seen a stadium with 16,000 black people voting for a fucking Caucasian over anybody.
Oh, Jimmy, you want me to be honest?
It wasn't black. I'm just
Jimmy, you
being
want me to be
honest.
honest? You know there's a rivalry between Mexican boxing and black boxing, right? So of course you're not gonna see that shit.
It's American.
No,
It's American.
the rivalry is inside your head, bro. They got you shook, bro.
No, it's the truth. Mexican fans and sometimes black fans.
The
they always
Mexican
going
fans got you shook, bro. Thinking it's a war and shit, bro.
Mexican root for a black fighter. That's not.
It's a war zone.
In the ring, Mexican fighters see a dude. I'm telling you, anyone I talk to, what I've seen in my own personal opinion, Mexicans. I've seen Mexicans go into a fight hating the motherfucker, like hating the dude, right? Booing, hissing. But the dude fought his balls off. He might have lost, whatever. By the end, the Mexicans are giving him a standing ovation for showing the balls and fighting. Mexicans appreciate that. Nobody's going to convince me any different.
Yeah, they'll boo you too.
If you don't put in the effort, yes, they will. Absolutely.
You gotta earn the respect of the fans.
Hey, can we change the subject?
All right,
Can
go
I-
ahead. Go ahead. Don't you know?
Go ahead, Mirage.
I'll
No,
kick you out.
you got a lot of
Here's what make it Benavidez, bro.
I'll kick you
No,
out.
Don't hate in my heart. I'm a good person.
No, so I wanna
Oh,
ask Jimmy.
fucking Mirage, man. Fuck, dude.
Bro,
Hey, let Castillo speak, bro. Let Castillo
Shut up when I'm talking. I want to ask Jimmy.
He's
So
Canadian.
two fighters. Shut up.
Go ahead, bro.
So two fighters I've been sort of, other than Benavidez, that I've been.
Hold
that I've
on.
been big
Go
on.
ahead, Hefe. Let him speak. Mirage, go
What the
ahead.
fuck?
Quickly, just do it.
I've been big on like Ortiz and Boots Ennis, right? Now, recently heard and discovered that they were ranked number 1 and 2 on the WBO, but they gave up their rankings and they went after the IBF, and this is why Crawford's going to be fighting that fucking Rocha motherfucker. So Jimmy, is this legit? Like they gave up? They had their chance. Ortiz apparently was offered. Ortiz was offered Crawford twice, and he fucking.
The WBO reached out to Oscar. Oscar turned it down before even talking of Ortiz.
How do you know that? Though? How do you know that? How do we know that?
Because because that's how fucking Oscar said it went down. He reached out and he didn't want the fight. Remember, Ortiz was still a prospect just a few fights ago. Dude just came onto the scene, but he's been fighting infrequently because of that. I know it seems like he's been around forever, but dude,
but Ortiz can overrule Oscar. Ortiz can overrule Oscar.
They can't.
And say,
No, they can't.
I want
not
that
really.
fucking fight.
No, they can, but not when they're still kind of new with the promotion. When you become a heavyweight, you pull in numbers. You can, but if Oscar said, like this is where we got fire, because remember, DAZN invested a lot of money into Ortiz, right? They paid him good money, and and it sucks. I agree with you. It sucks, the tribalization of giving your network your thing. But Oscar was like, unless it can be on DAZN, it isn't going to happen, and that's a non-starter right there. So of course it wasn't going to happen because he owed he was putting his guys in through DAZN.
What are you saying, Mirage?
Well, to me, it looks like. See, I'm not a fan of like a fighter sort of hiding behind a manager. If I'm the fighter, ultimately, they can say, "You make that fight, or I'm going to sack you." Okay, that's what I think. Now, my point is, it looks like Ortiz ducked Crawford. That's what it looks like to me.
That's all
and
bullshit, bro.
He's been calling him out after every fight.
The WBO president is pissed off because Virgil went with the other fucking sanctioning body, bro. So they're trying to burn fucking Virgil's
Why did he
reputation,
go? Why did
bro.
he go with the other sanctioning body? Why? When he was offered the fight twice. Okay, Oscar
Because he's being offered Espinoza, bro. Espinoza is a bad motherfucker. That's already dug, bro.
They were offering him the B-side status on Showtime. Of course he wasn't going to take that.
But he is the B. He's the B side versus if he's going to
Yo. What the fuck are you guys talking about?
To Crawford, if he had the opportunity to fight
Oh,
Crawford.
you're talking about the Crawford thing. Oh yeah, no. Why would he want to move him against him? He just, like I say, just came on. Like the guys are fucking. You know what I mean? He just came on to the scene.
Wait. It's a big fight. It's a big opportunity.
Dude, what was the timeline on this? What was the timeline?
The WBO president is pissed, bro, because Virgil went with the other sanctioning body, bro. That's why he's coming up with this bullshit, bro.
That's what it is.
Let's keep it 100.
Nobody thinks that, but Mirage. Nobody thinks that. You're fucking annoying, fool. You remind me of that fool from the movie Office Space. Where's my stapler? Where's my stapler? You know, I'm a fucking.
Jimmy, what was the timeline? Jimmy, what was the timeline?
Ortiz was he had just beaten Kavalauskas. Remember, that was his step up. That was the one question. We knew this kid has. I personally think he's got the hardest puncher in welterweight. For punch, he's the hardest puncher. But he was still, like Steve Kim wrote, and it was an excellent point. He was still throwing everything at the same speed with bad intentions. He still hadn't even learned to fucking take shit off his punches and get So he went out there. He took a big shot, and Kavalauskas in the first 6 rounds hits as hard as anybody at that weight, and he caught fucking Ortiz right on the chin, and he took it. So that answered everybody's question. This kid can take a big shot. But prior to that, he was still being talked about as a prospect. So the kid's just fucking new to the thing, you know what I mean? But the timeline was last year. It was still last year. But it was also, and he was still injured too.
But still, I don't know.
How old is Virgil? How old is he?
Bro, he's like 22, bro. I don't know why these dudes keep on.
I know it's early, but it's still a bit of an asterisk.
Mirage,
Okay, what about Boots?
Okay,
what about Boots? What about Boots? What about Boots, Jimmy? He's gone.
This guy's boring, bro.
Fucking hype job, bro. He's fighting bums. Like the last dude he fought was named Karen, bro. That's all we need to know, bro. He's a bum. He's a runner. He's black, and nobody cares about him, bro.
Nobody's offered. Boots hasn't been offered to Ortiz. Boots hasn't been offered to anybody over there. Boots is in a bad situation. Extremely skilled. He's probably one of the most skilled guys in the PBC, and he's stuck in a bad situation with Gary Shaw and Showtime.
Bad situation. He's been giving everything, bro. He's been giving everything. He's been giving
bad situation, meaning he can't fight anybody. Who can he fight?
He doesn't fight anybody because he doesn't want to, bro. He's a fucking bum.
All I go by is
why are you just making
he's written on the Showtime. So like his options are limited.
Fucking fighters are signed with the fucking TV network, bro. This dude is fucking. He's fucking cherry picking, bro, and we're making excuses for this son of a bitch.
He didn't look that good. I'll admit he didn't look that good. I was surprised. He fought against that 29th ranked guy.
He's a bomb, bro.
Bro, who's gonna fight next? That dude that beat.
But I heard
fucking Ellis, right?
You guys don't like bachelor bitches, right? So you should be going all in on Karen.
Yeah, but Ray Boots' dad said, okay, we're not going to go the WBO route because Ortiz is ranked number 1. We're ranked number 2. We're going to just go somewhere else. But it looks like after Ortiz rejected it, they could have jumped ahead of him and said, we're going to take the mandatory against Crawford. Looks like
what are you talking about? Let's talk about.
That's the WBO president, bro. Starting a narrative, bro, because he's hitting on Virgil.
Hey, if he does that, Mirage, he will no longer be ranked in the IBF. So let's say he does do that. He won't get an opportunity at Earl, which is a more guaranteed belt with the IBF.
All right, Liar. This is all speculation. Let's move on. Another topic. Who wants to drop a topic? Different.
Did you guys
who's
see
winning
Fury
tomorrow, Mazzio or?
I don't know if you guys saw that, bro.
The what?
What's that, buddy?
Did you guys see Fury kind of punked Wilder over the weekend in Saudi Arabia?
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, Wilder's just fucked in the head. I don't know, man.
I want to
like
know who picked Jake Paul. Put your hand up, Jimmy. Did you pick Jake Paul?
Nobody, bro.
No, I did not pick anybody. What I said was Tommy Fury has to beat him decisively.
So you sat on the
to prove
fence. So you sat on the fence. You're a fence sitter.
No. I didn't make a pick. I didn't care. I didn't watch the fight.
No, you need to make a pick. You need to man up and make a pick like I did. Okay. I bet serious cash. That's how you fucking do business. And I
but I wasn't. He's not a professional boxer.
So you didn't have the balls to make a pick. You didn't have the balls to make a pick.
I didn't pay attention to his own fighter, dude.
I'm not buying your excuse. I'm not buying
and I
that
make picks.
bro.
I make picks on boxes, and I'm doing pretty fucking damn good.
Match of the year. That was the biggest boxing match of the year.
All right,
That's
stop trolling. Stop it.
It was an event.
That's a fact. Okay, you bitched out. That's
Drop another topic. Drop another topic. Shut your mouth.
It's the biggest circus boxing bout of the year.
Yeah, March 3rd. It's the biggest fight of the year. Yeah, March 3rd.
Whose fault is that?
Hey, did you guys hear about Andy Ruiz? He said he left the PBC, but he signed with Haymon again. It doesn't make any sense. I thought he was always with Haymon.
Meaning he's allowed to fight. Basically, Haymon's still his advisor, but he's not fighting exclusively under the PBC. He's fighting now. His advisor is Haymon Boxing LLC. He's still signed as an advisor, meaning he'll still have to give 15% of his purse to Al Haymon.
So basically, Al Haymon is never gonna go away.
Guys, bro. He owns them. That's what it is, right?
Exactly. So that means Al Haymon will never go away. Is that what's happening?
That's what it looks like, man. He just keeps fucking sticking around.
He's never even been here.
Wow,
he's never even been here. He's always been a ghost anyway.
Seriously.
It's like he's a ghost. He'll never go away.
Hey, who you guys got on tomorrow's fight between Mark Magsayo and Figueroa?
You think Figueroa stop something?
Well, actually, I just got I did say that. That's right. I just got a DM. Amigo, he just said, dude, you said that you believe Fury would probably win a decision because fucking he's supposed to be a professional boxer. But I did couch it by saying if he doesn't beat him decisively, his career is blown up. And that's why I tweeted out he needs to go back to fucking tweezing his eyebrows and getting on reality TV because he ain't a professional boxer. He's never going to be world champion.
He needs to get on OnlyFans, to be honest. He'll make some good money on OnlyFans.
Probably.
Oh. All right, fair enough, Jimmy. I'll let you off. I'll let you off this
definitely
time.
wants to see that. Don't use Mirage.
Well, he's pretty, man. You never know.
You want to see a rematch, don't you?
What about his father getting a Twitter page? No, and then he says in an interview, he's like, "Well, I can't read or write." So I went and checked, and he legitimately can't read or write. I was like, "God damn! I didn't think that shit still happened." Yeah, he can't read or write. He's illiterate. The old man.
Who?
I just found that bizarre.
Fury Senior? You mean
Sean
Fury Senior?
Yes, Fury Senior is illiterate. Like, damn, in England, this time of age, I mean, the dude was fucking went to school in the 80s. I mean, didn't he go to school? How can you? I don't know.
Probably dropped out way early.
When he's a gypsy, right? Don't they do homeschooling or they have their own community? Oh, okay. All right.
There you go. In a caravan.
Okay.
Yeah, they live in trailers or some shit. I don't know.
Completely different lifestyle, right? I guess. I just found that fucking fascinating. All that money, you can't hire somebody to teach you how to read.
Well, look at Floyd. He can't read still, man. And he's fucking gets a lot of money, supposedly.
When you're old,
down here.
It's like when you're older and you try to learn a new language. It's not the same.
All right, I'm asking people in the chat to drop a topic. And hit the like, please. Hit the like. Hit the like.
Yeah, Butcher, I'm going to give you a like, okay? You've earned it.
Oh, thank you.
I'll give you a like.
All right, any topics, people? Anything else?
Yeah, I got Figueroa winning, bro, by TKO against Magsayo. And I know Magsayo's a heavy puncher. I know that. But I also don't think his power is super devastating, as a lot of people are saying. Because he did catch Ray Vargas clean a few times. And Ray Vargas still kicked his fucking ass. You get me? But let's see what happens.
Yeah,
Brandon gets hit a lot. You know, Brandon gets hit a lot, man. Ray Vargas was just kept moving. It wasn't Magsayo got outboxed.
Yeah, it's perfect style for Magsayo.
Right there.
Perfect style for Magsayo. Perfect style for him.
Vargas and Brandon got different styles.
Brandon Figueroa gets hit a lot, but he still keeps walking forward.
You know what, Gonzalo? I think Magsayo's going to brutally knock out Brandon Figueroa, bro.
I could see that.
I think Brandon has a lot better chin too. But that's just
I mean, Nettie was
that's
getting
not
Brandon
good.
Figueroa, but Nettie wasn't able to finish Brandon Figueroa. The
And Eddie's
opposite
smaller
actually
than
happened, bro.
Maxile.
What, Nettie hits
Yeah,
harder
that's
than
true. That's true. But yeah.
Maxayo's always going to war when he doesn't really need to. I'm not saying that wars ain't cool, but what I'm saying is he's making the fight tougher for him than he should. Filipinos are a little wild, and they got this little complex, I think. When you look like Brandon Figueroa, man, you're a little intimidated by that dude's
But Figueroa does the same. He goes to war every fight, right?
Philippines.
He's not going to be able to handle that pressure.
Magasa's always
Pressure
off
by
balance,
fight.
though. But, you know,
Pressure by
he
who?
should be.
Pressure by Figueroa.
Nah,
that's right.
Maxile can handle
He
Figueroa's
got hurt to the
pressure.
body his last fight. Figueroa is a master body puncher. He's gonna hurt this dude.
Nah, Fulton couldn't handle that guy,
look at
but
the length.
Maxile's gonna handle him pretty easy, bro.
Fulton's a fucking monk. I mean, Fulton is a great
Maxile's gonna
fighter.
handle Figueroa pretty easy, bro.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
Next
bro.
thing-
Nobody
That's
fighting
the one-
Figueroa is gonna be an easy fight.
Easy, bro. It's gonna be an easy one. I'm calling it right now.
Maxile's not even that good.
Right now, bro.
You guys have seen Maxile fight. Is he that good to you?
Maxile's
He's got
gonna
decent
fucking
power.
stop him. I'm saying it right now,
He's
bro.
okay, but Figueroa's not the shit. Hey, by the way, shout out to Ring IQ for his super chat. Ring IQ Boxing Talk. He says Espinoza and Haymon ruined boxing on Showtime. Exactly. We said that earlier.
I mean, you would have watched the zone and
Hey,
okay.
I want to give a shout. I want to give a shout out to
Alright.
Jules Ring IQ. Shout out to the biggest Crawford fanboy on the internet. Respect, bro. Respect.
Mirage still
No, this
salty
is not
because
working
he
out.
lost that debate with Ring IQ. Ring IQ, another super
No,
chat.
I'm cool with Jules.
Yeah, you
the
lost that
link
debate.
so you can
Ring
jump the
IQ,
panel.
another super chat. He says they are
is
failures
cool,
and
huh?
they failed. They're complete failures.
They did fail, man.
Both of them.
Honestly,
Miserably.
what I like about Jules, he used whatever his opinion is, he goes off a preponderance of evidence or the best facts available, and he even goes against fighters he likes because that's where the facts leads him. That's one of the things that's drawn me to his channel, as I find him very factual based.
And he's very
of course, he's going to have a lot. He's going to have a lot of. Everybody has natural biases, but even admits them
it's crazy.
in his shows.
What's crazy is people talk about this PBC Showtime, but they've done a deep dive on this stuff. I mean, there's a lot of factual evidence, like that the company's worth nothing, that he owes all these people money. It's crazy, man. Like,
I mean,
it's too
did
bad.
you guys see the zone schedule? Are you guys happy with that shit?
Not really, no.
I don't give a fuck what
That's
they were
what
doing
about
for that
is,
kind of money. That money is ridiculous. $225 fucking dollars. Fuck you.
Yeah.
That
I get
pisses
that-
me off,
yeah.
man.
But see,
Because the pay-per-views too.
It's
ridiculous.
You know, Showtime has been giving us shit for a long time. Pay-per-views as well. Tons of pay-per-views. So this
Showtime is way worse, man.
This isn't recent. This has been going on for a while.
The zone has Canelo, bro. That's all they need.
4
bro.
years, 4 years, 5 years.
4 years, man.
Pointed out, though, I
And
pay
lies.
$170 a year for Showtime.
By the way, another super chat from Ring IQ. He says Mirage is my favorite Australian. There you go, Mirage.
There you go. Respect.
Yeah, Showtime
George,
sucks.
That's probably the only
Watch the fight,
Australian
bro.
he's ever met because
Yeah.
I never heard no one say that
Aussie.
about Mirage, bro.
The only Australian he ever needs to meet as well. All good.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Now I was gonna say, man, what I like about Rig too, he doesn't fucking back off his thing, no matter how much pushback he gets against. Because know what it is, because his channel grew kind of quick, his Twitter page grew quick. I think he puts out entertaining content, so of course he gets a lot of fucking hate. Is people are just jealous because he puts in the work, so they try to come at him sideways. I love it when they come onto his show though, like that. I think his name was King KO Boxing or some shit. Just made a fucking fool of himself. Really did.
Yeah, I was thinking that the crazy thing is like Showtime should be like the Yankees, right? Like they're the major leagues. They are. Like DAZN is the major leagues. Top ESPN Plus is the major leagues. Showtime they would be like the Marlins right now. They're not doing well when they should be the Yankees. That's what we always thought they were.
127 fighters under contract in 2015. He had the whole welterweight 154 and 126 division all sewn down, and he just blew it. It was ridiculous.
What's up with Charlo?
Yeah,
Big
exactly.
Charlo.
That's what I asked. What's up with okay? So one Charlo is injured, and the other Charlo, what's happening with the other one?
I think honestly
he's
his
fighting with
personal
his
life is so
wife or
fucked
something.
up. Yeah, I mean, really.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
beyond fun. Like, she's out there kicking his fucking car. They live in a nice neighborhood, right? Gated community, and she's out there in the middle of the street in the broad daylight, kicking the side of his car, dropping f-bombs with the kids right there in the seat. Yeah, like wicked embarrassing. He actually videotaped and sent it out, going, see what I have to deal with, so I can understand. But then again, dude, man, like, you don't fucking drop your seed. You know what I mean? You didn't know any better.
Yep.
Like,
He
come
has hood
on,
rat
man.
problems, right? Hood rat problems. Baby
Marry
mama
that
drama.
bitch.
Hey,
Yeah, man.
I won't fault the man for that.
Ah, come on, bro.
In the
Yeah,
chat,
it's like probably didn't even make a sign of fucking prenup. Sorry, Bucho, what's that?
no, just super sardonic in the chat says heard Jamal was has a divorce or something. Exactly, probably what's happening. Get this.
Yeah.
Well,
in
they
the
should
super
strip
chat.
him of the belt. Fuck. Give it to Adonis or some shit. I mean,
yeah.
what the fuck's going on, bro?
By the
I don't
way,
give a shit about if he's getting a divorce.
It's
If
been
he has
like 3
problems with his
fucking
wife.
years, bro. And this
Strip him. You
motherfucker
gotta
still
strip him,
hasn't
bro.
fought or
Like,
some shit. Well, how long has it been? 2 years, a year?
guys, if you're getting a divorce, do you stop showing up to work?
Nah.
No.
Nope.
Nope.
All right.
No, he should get no special favors. I just personally am not going to dog on a dude for going through that shit, but he should get no special favors. But the WBC gives him all special favors. The whole fucking thing. Look what they did, making Thurman #1 for fucking Spence. That's ridiculous. He fought twice in 5 years. He come out, he lost to a 42-year-old shell of Manny Pacquiao. Then he went the distance with a guy fucking Davis slept, and he gets #1 ranking off that. It's bullshit, man. It's corruption. In the same way the WBO is with fucking Top Rank, WBC is with PBC, but they're a lot more flagrant with their corruption.
Mm-hmm. By the way, 2 super chats I need to read here. Get This Hand says, now Bucho Mirage is salty because Benavides' piece is still in his mouth. That's pretty disgusting, but pretty accurate as well. And I wanna
why
thank.
won't they strip him, bro? Are they afraid to be called racist or
let
something?
me just
Like, what's the deal?
one last super chat. Juggernaut with his fake ranch. Thank you for your super chat. Really appreciate it, man. Thank you, Juggernaut. Go ahead.
You notice most of the super chats are about me, Bucho? You notice that?
Yeah, 'cause
Like
you're annoying as fuck.
It's
We do what you
Sulaiman,
want.
like,
I
I'm
wanna
afraid
fuck
to
with
be
the
called
Saints,
racist,
okay?
so I'm not gonna
Hey.
strip Jermel Charlo or put any obligations that he's supposed to have, because these are champions, bro. They're supposed to have obligations where they have to defend the belt at least once every 15 months, right, or something like that. And Jermel Charlo's not doing it, bro.
No, he's not doing anything.
I think you're on the money.
Special treatment. So for those people who say there's racism in boxing, there's no fucking racism in boxing.
But
This
why would
guy
they
had
even give Charlo
privilege.
special treatment? Like, he doesn't even sell. They're just doing it on some other shit.
That's how
like,
it works,
what
man.
the fuck,
Yeah,
dude?
I think he's afraid of the woke brigade on Twitter.
Like, what the
PBC
fuck,
is like
bro?
is like Death Row now, man. They're like some reality show where all something bad happens to all the stars. Like, gosh, but they have this record. All these guys have all these issues, man. Like, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
weird,
it's
bro.
fucking.
It's
When
eerie,
him
bro.
didn't
Like,
sign Canelo, when he didn't sign him, they snagged all the fucking. Think about it. His entree into boxing was HBO boxing. He caused such division and the tribalization of networks there that boxing didn't even survive him. Literally went under after he left. He goes over to Golden Boy at the lowest point of fucking Oscar's life, to the point where probably he was one of the dudes telling him, dude, you need to get help. Checked his ass in the fucking rehab, and while he's in rehab, he fucking snags all his fighters with the fucking, because Shape had left and then snuck into the back door. Remember, Shaper had all the information, and along with him. But yeah, he snagged all his fighters, stole. And if he would have stole Canelo, he would have done in Golden Boy. But anyways, that's the kind of dude he is. And I just don't fucking think he's bad on boxing.
Hey, shout out to I Am Your Leader, bro. He pointed out something on the chat as well about Spence not being stripped, even though he's fighting at 154, bro.
Oh, we talked about it.
Yeah, what the fuck's up with Spence? Who's he gonna fight to? I see the dude's
guys,
all fat,
let me-
bug-eyed. Like, what's going on?
Before
What
we
the hell
get
is
to
going
that,
on?
hold that thought about Spence, because we're gonna fucking expose this. Carl Hunter, the Australian in the chat, he says, I'd like to weigh in on the great Australian debate. Fuck Mirage, he says. Fuck Mirage with an Australian accent.
Carlo, I appreciate the support, bro. Respect.
Carl, a
Respect.
true Australian, unlike Mirage, who's a fake Australian. You're giving a bad name to Australia, Mirage. All right, guys, let's talk about Spence.
True blue, man. I'm true
Let's
blue.
talk about Spence. Absolutely, good point, man. This guy's fighting at above 147, so basically 154. And is that gonna count as a title defense, or how's it gonna work, guys?
He doesn't want to give.
Suleiman said. Well, Suleiman himself said he does when he was talking. He was being interviewed at the Boxing Voice, and he gave this weird nebulous answer. It's like, well, we'll see. We'll see. So you will see. Leave it open ended. We'll wait to see what happens. So basically, you wait to see, like, what if Spence wins? Then you'll say, yeah, it counted. Or if Thurman wins, then you'll say, well, that didn't count as his mandatory. And it's kind of fucked up because fighting at 154, it doesn't.
It's more simple than that.
No. How about we have rules?
It's more simple than that.
What is it, Rarebreed?
So it's because for a long time, Earl Spencer said he's never going to give Keith Thurman an opportunity because he didn't give him an opportunity when he was coming up.
Bro.
So because of that, that's why you can fight me, but you're not going to fight for my belt. So he's being.
Here we go again. That's the dumbest shit I ever heard of.
What, you
He should not be allowed to dictate.
You think he's a... So Spence makes all the rules?
I think that's what he's doing.
That's
do you
the
think he's
dumbest
going to
shit
go
I
back to
heard.
147 after? Is that what you're saying?
Well, he probably will for a Crawford, but nobody else.
No, I personally don't think if he does fight him at 154, he's not going back. Nobody ever goes back down.
I hope you're right, Jimmy, so he can fucking release those belts and then
he looks like
my guy gets opportunity.
Popeyes all day.
Very hard to go back down.
Overweight.
But you do agree that fucking excuse is retarded, right? That he didn't want to fight me for the belt.
No, it's not an excuse. I think that's what he's doing. Keith Thurman, he said for a long time, I don't want to fight him.
Rare breed. That's the dumbest shit we've heard all day, bro. And you say
you can call it what you want. I'm not saying I agree with it, but that's what he's doing.
But Rare Breed, if the WBC says we're going to allow you to, this will count as your mandatory defense, that means the belt will be on the line, at least the WBC. I don't know why. I think he has the IBF as the other belt. I don't know if they'll okay it, but if the WBC says, yes, we're sanctioning it and it is your mandatory, that means the belt will be on the line. I think he's going to 154 to get the fuck away from Crawford, but I think what happened is when they opened up the books and Showtime's been restructured, they saw the money. Wilder went out one door, Ruiz the other door, and I think Spence slammed the brakes on with Thurman saying, what? We're being offered what? Because everybody announced that fight like it was 100% guaranteed. It was announced by Raphael or Coppinger, the Thurman fucking Spence fight, and all of a sudden, Showtime got restructured. Fucking Espinoza hung on to his jaw by the skin of his dick.
What about the rumor?
Hold on. He's probably facing, Burberry. He's probably facing Thurman at 154. That's what I suspect.
Yeah,
catchweight or some shit.
But what about the rumor that Crawford and Spence are having talks behind the scenes? So maybe that's why we haven't heard the announcement with Keith and Spence.
Yeah, sure,
do you remember when that rumor dropped? Check this out. That's another thing.
2 weeks ago?
It dropped right after the restructuring at Showtime. So I think what happened is when the money come out, instead of the regular money that they was able to throw around, I think Spence was showing the money that him and Thurman would get to split or whatever which way. And he said, whoa, wait a minute. I think right there is when he might have said, reach back out to Crawford. Let's see if we can get this done. Because he did tweet out that fucking tweet with him cruising the block. That was his thing he said he was going to do before fighting Crawford. So who knows? I'll put it this way, I think I'm more kind of leaning that fight would probably happen now more than I did last year. Last year I said that fight ain't happening. I was saying that August of last year. Everybody's like, it's going to be announced anytime. I'm like, shit ain't happening. They're not going to fight this year. They were dicking, and then Crawford came right out and said, Haymon told him. He said, told me right to my face. After all that bullshit, well, even if you make the fight, it's not going to happen until 2023. So that's when Crawford said, what, I'll be up for 2 years? Fuck that. I'm going to take the Savage fight for $10 million. It was crazy how many people were mad at him for making $10 million for fighting that dude. Or this even Rocha guy, if that's a mandatory, like, why is everybody getting on a dude's dick about that shit? It's like, what the fuck
we
is
all want to
do?
see Spence Crawford. Like, it's like fucking.
But
it's like better be.
Spence could have made that fight, like he said. He was the A side. I'm the A side. You got to come to me. I make the decisions. Okay, if you make the decisions, your words at every turn, bro. You pick somebody else.
All you got to do is
look after year.
Look at the history of. It's always the Al Haymon side that makes things difficult. Always, even since back then. Starting with Floyd,
common thread.
Kovalev was supposed to fight Stevenson at 175, and it didn't happen because Stevenson was with Al Haymon. They were being big pussies.
Oh no, Stevenson.
I don't know if you remember that. I don't know if you're watching boxing back then, bro, but this has been going on for fucking years.
They even made it hard for Canelo, bro.
It's been going on for years, bro. This is.
They made it hard for Canelo to fight Plant, bro. Canelo first offered $8 million. They were like, no, we're not.
Then they wanted him to sign with the PBC, bro. They wanted him to sign after.
Yeah, they
Well,
made it
maybe
all
it's
hard for
not
Canelo,
recently
bro.
has been on PBC.
They wanted him to dehydrate himself to fight
One of the
Spence,
best
bro, at
fighters
164 or
in
some
the
shit.
world.
Some weird ass
He's
fight.
got two against Spence. He's got some credibility. They're acting like Crawford's the B side, and they've been doing that the whole time. Like Jimmy said, at every turn, give this guy a break because if you don't want to fight him, don't hold him up because he's making money. He fought that fool.
I don't know who the fuck Spence thinks he is, bro. I mean, in real life, nobody even knows who the fuck.
Isn't he the guy with
Yeah,
three
he's not a
belts?
super
Isn't he the guy with
good,
three
great
belts
point.
versus one at the end of the day?
Go outside and ask people if they know who Earl Spence is.
No,
Nobody
but
doesn't even know who the fuck he is, dude.
He's
No one knows who the fuck
he's
he is.
30 something. And by the way, let me just read a super chat regarding Spence. Get these hands. Thank you for your contribution. He says there's only 2 reasons why Spence is facing Keith Thurman. 1, he can't make 147 anymore. Number 2, Al Haymon is making him fight Thurman. Precisely. He can't make
He did say
147.
that 2019. Remember, he actually said right to Crawford's face, "This is who I'm." He said, "Why?" Remember, he said, "Why should I fight you when I can knock these guys out?" I was like, "Wow!" Just the body language, man. Crawford's got that smirk staring him right in the eyeballs, and Crawford's kind of mimically mousing, looking up at the tops of his shoes. Just give off bad energy.
And just physically, Spence has to be a damaged fighter. Physically, he's damaged. You can just see the accident, the eye. He's damaged goods.
Spence is a douchebag, man. Look at the way he treats fans. Like Spence is an asshole, man. This dude is a suburban kid. He grew up in the suburbs. Crawford is actually from the hood, man, and that's why Earl Spence is fucking scared of Crawford, man. That's exactly why.
Yeah, didn't Crawford get shot in the head at one time?
Yeah.
I said that before. Crawford's one of those dudes who would be fighting for free. He's a fighter.
Exactly.
They said that's the reason why his mom put him in boxing. She couldn't keep him from putting his hands on everybody in school.
No, yeah, that's why he played basketball because he kept beating up everybody in basketball.
And his mother in Omaha has a reputation. No bullshit. His mother's known as one of the toughest bitches in Omaha back in the day. Like would put dudes out. So
Earl Spence is a fake, bro. He's a fake. He took on this gangster persona after he beat like fucking Mikey Garcia or some shit. That dude's fake as fuck, dude.
No, hell no.
Dude's a
See, now
fake
that's
thug.
cap. Spence is a chill ass dude. He's never put on
He grew up in the
a
suburbs.
fake thug
Both of his
persona.
parents.
Where do you see
There's
that?
nothing
he's
wrong
a
with
happy
that,
drunk.
but just be
He's
real
a
with who
happy
you are, bro. Earl Spence is just
Is
a
it
fake
because the way
dude.
he dresses
He's a
or
fake
the way he acts?
gangster,
He's
bro.
very
He treats
calm
his
and like
fans like
mellow.
shit.
He's a
Dude's an
happy
asshole,
drunk.
bro.
Well, what he did to fans about selling those sweatshirts was pretty fucked up. Remember, like with the fucking TC above the door, and he showed like eyeballs, and he was the shark, like he was going around collecting belts, and like you're selling a sweatshirt. He put it out twice, $90 for a hoodie, and he fucking that's taking advantage of your friends. Your fans,
And look at all the vulgar shit he says on Twitter. Like, dude, this guy is a piece of shit, man. He just can't stand that, dude,
man. These guys are fighters, man. They're not fucking
Earl
ballet
Spence is
dancers.
a suburban boy, man.
I don't
He's not
care
a
about that
gangster.
shit either, bro. I care about what happens in the ring.
Well, what's happening in the ring? Okay, what's happening in the ring with Spence?
Hey,
inactivity.
This is the thing. Yeah,
I
this
see
is
him
the thing.
talking shit on Twitter
Just
more,
because you criticize Crawford, people automatically think you must be a Spence fanboy. My position is fuck them both. They both share blame. So I'm not a fanboy.
I'm gonna have to agree with Mirage for the first time here.
Yeah.
These guys are both.
I don't agree with either. I
I
blame both of them for a lot of things.
Well, you gotta blame more Spence than anything, I think. But still.
Yes.
If he moves to 154, let's see how he moves. Like he must fight. If he moves to 154, he's got to fight Charlo ASAP. If he fucks around, like it's going to be.
They have the same trainer, I think. They have the same trainer.
They're homies.
That won't happen. They're friends.
They can't fight each other. Everybody's
They're
friends.
in the same gym. They're like best of friends. That fight's not going to happen.
By the way, that's stable. You gotta admit.
Don't fucking move up. What's the point of moving up if you're not going to fight the man in the division?
He's just fat. He can make weight. That's it, man.
By the way,
I'm going to say fight Fundora.
Oh, that'd be a great fight. But
bro.
Hey, that Derek James stable was pretty fucking impressive. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, but hold on. If you're a boxer, the level of Spence, pound for pound or whatever, something, you don't move up in weight and fight contenders. You move up in weight and you look for a title shot.
Champions. Yeah,
exactly.
No, I know you're right. You're right. I'm only going by. I believe that's what he said.
Yeah, like what anyways
he said before. Yeah, that he wasn't gonna fight. He would never fight Charlo because he's like a brother.
But wasn't there a rumor that?
Well, they said for the right money they would.
Hold on. Wasn't there a rumor that Jermel would move up to 160 and the
That's,
other jump up
that's
to
what it is. Yeah.
168.
When Spence goes up, he'd probably go up to 160.
All these fools, Spence,
And then he's gonna get some vacant belt. Then he's gonna get the
Haney,
vacant belt.
Chucker. All these guys are friends, bro, and they don't want to fight each other. They want to jerk each other off.
Yeah,
at a
only the
park
black
somewhere,
fighters don't
bro,
want to fight each other, huh, Don?
Yeah, exactly. That's crazy, huh? Oh, fucking.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, let's ignore Munguia. Let's ignore Ryan Garcia, who's never fought nobody. But let's talk about
Ryan
the black
Garcia's
fighters.
after Tank, bro. Ryan Garcia's after
Man,
Tank.
that's not a dangerous fight. That guy is a money fighter. Everybody wants to fight Tank.
He ain't no fucking money fight, bro. Everybody's broke after fighting Tank. Look, he only paid fucking Cruz $200K, bro. How is that the money fight, bro?
But Cruz got something more valuable than money. He got all this attention.
Fuck all that. You said it was the money fight, not the attention fight.
That too. You get both.
Reverie, he got you, man.
No, that's not true because Cruz made more money fighting Tank than anybody's ever fought before.
I mean, that's.
No, I think Campbell. I think
that's not the money fight, though, bro.
I think Campbell got 400.
I bet you this. I bet you if he fights Ryan, he's gonna get paid more for sure.
The money fight is Ryan for Cruz. Let me tell you why. Because De La Hoya offered him $1 million, bro, not $200K, bro, and they turned it down.
Yeah, $700,000 more than he made for fighting, and Haymon put the kibosh on that.
Anyways, fuck Spence. I don't know what the plan is.
Who's Canelo fighting? Mucho.
What's that?
Who's Canelo fighting? Canelo, who's he fighting?
I don't know. They haven't said that. He's gonna be in Guadalajara. He's gonna be in Guadalajara, but against who knows? TBA.
John fucking Ryder.
Yeah, it's gonna be John Ryder for sure.
A fighter that defeated Jacobs. A fighter that defeated Parker.
He robbed Jacobs.
Hey, it was supposed to be. Yeah, exactly. It was supposed to be Andrade versus Parker, but Andrade's a little bitch, so it turned out that Ryder stepped up. He beat Parker, and now it's Ryder, bro. Like, what?
How did
else
he
can
beat
I say?
Parker? How did he beat him again?
He beat him, bro.
He broke his hand or some shit.
Parker quit. Parker quit like a bitch. That's what happened.
So Ryder is making them quit, bro. No mas Ryder, bro.
It's not his fault, but it's not an achievement when the other guy quits. I can beat some motherfucker if they quit in the corner.
No, you won't.
You can, bro. Stop lying, bro. You wouldn't be Parker, bro.
Nobody's gonna quit, Mirage. Nobody's
They
gonna quit.
should give Canelo keys to the city of London or some shit like that because the motherfucker owns England.
What does that mean?
Oh, because he
loves
beat
black people from there.
some okay.
I'm just saying.
So hey, Canelo's fighting John Ryder. He better look
Hey,
good.
like I said, it was supposed to be Andrade, bro, but he's a bum, bro.
Embarrassing. It's gonna be embarrassing if he doesn't put away John Ryder.
I want to thank
I won't be surprised if he goes 12 rounds to John Ryder. John Ryder's a tough
been
dude.
knocked out. I'm asking, has he ever been stopped? I don't know.
I don't
Yeah,
think
it's been
so.
stopped by Nick Blackwell, was it? He stopped him like 5 years ago.
No,
something.
it was a Canelo
The
knocked
great
down
Nick
the
Blackwell.
Hey, Redbreed, it was supposed to be Jacobs or Andrade, but they're just not good enough, bro. What else can I say? That's not my fucking fault.
Jacobs is shot to pieces, bro.
One round.
Danny Jacobs is fucking washed.
Well,
Dude,
I think with
Jacobs barely
Canelo at this point, he wants people to also help with the promotion. Like, if I was Canelo, I'd be pissed too if I constantly had to pay everybody out of my pocket, meaning the whole promotion's on me.
Yeah.
Like the whole fucking thing.
Oh, then you
That
don't
must
fight
suck
John
like
Ryder
that.
to the world.
What does he have to do that?
He's going to
Who
Mexico.
said
He can literally fight whoever he wants, Jimmy. So that's his fault if he doesn't want to carry the load in terms of
Yeah,
promotion.
no matter who he fights, really.
He's really. He could only really fight the zone fighters. He could only fight the zone fighters, bro.
He might fight 3 times. Hold on.
273,000.
Jimmy, let me just.
That's good.
Yeah, exactly.
273,000. That's abysmal on the Nielsen ratings.
Hey, that's a misconception, though, from people like Redbeard, bro.
Fights. It is what it is on Showtime.
I guarantee you, Canelo fought
That's a
Benavidez.
misconception, though, bro.
Record.
But that's a misconception.
What do you care
That's a
about?
misconception, bro. That Canelo could fight anybody. No, he only has to fight on the zone, bro. And everything else is Canelo going out of his way to pay people. And why would he go out of his way to pay these people, bro? Why? Why would he? Why would he go into the PBC and be treated like shit like last time by Custer? on the Crips when he's already doing good business with us? On why does Canelo have to fucking do all
What
this
does that
crazy
mean,
shit?
Don? The Crips. What is that? Is that code word for black people or some shit? What does that mean? The Crips.
What are you pretending like Custer wasn't acting like an asshole with Canelo
No.
about the
Answer my
drugs and
question.
all
What
this?
does Crips? What does Crips mean?
It means fucking black people that can't behave, bro.
Oh,
It's a
okay,
gang,
yeah, I
bro.
thought
It's
so.
people.
You
Why,
know
you
what
have a
it is.
problem with it?
Hold on.
Race car, but
That's
whatever.
why African Americans love the PBC. It's an African American. They consider
Exactly,
it,
bro.
even though
He
it's
wants
not
me
even
to
African American
pretend.
run.
He wants me to
it's a
turn the
racial.
other eye and pretend.
It is.
Oh,
It is.
Custer
But-
is not playing these racial games with Canelo. You want me to pretend like Custer isn't
But
playing
Don,
these games on
Canelo
Canelo,
got
bro?
paid. He got paid at the end of the day. That's all that cares. That's
Oh,
all
yeah,
that matters.
That's why he's been on PBC.
He
What are you
got
talking
paid.
about?
Why does Canelo?
This is what I mean
Why
by
does
Canelo carries
Canelo?
it.
Why does
All right,
Canelo
remember,
have
if
to go out of his way, bro? When
Hey,
he's
see what I'm talking
bringing the
about?
money, bro.
When I respond, I'm the bad guy. But whatever.
All right, hold on.
Listen, when there's a pay-per-view and there's a bare minimum they have to reach in order for their money to kick in. So Canelo was offered $40 million only because they sold X amount of pay-per-views. I think it's 500,000 is where it has to start off at. So he knows it's under his name. Because the fucking bare minimums wouldn't be hit without him, so these people wouldn't be getting their purse. Like Caleb Plant's highest payday he ever made before Canelo, I think, was $1 million. He got paid $10 million.
Okay. You're talking about guys. This is a guy who defends Stank Davis, but wants to trash Canelo, non-champion versus undisputed champion. This is the same guy. He just earlier was talking about Stank and it was Floyd's fault, but now wants to trash Canelo. This is the hypocrisy. It has nothing to do with the race that maybe some others. It's just your hypocrisy. It's just
No,
so
that's not
obvious.
true.
It's plain.
That's not true, Frank. Because
Yeah,
you
it
also
is.
heard me
It's your
say that
hypocrisy.
Tank's resume ain't shit.
It is.
Yeah,
No,
but we
we were
also heard you
using-
say he's better than Inoue, which is even worse. And by
Yeah.
the way, Tony
No,
Boswell.
I'm talking about skill level. I'm talking about skill level, not resume.
All right,
I said that.
all
No,
right.
no,
He
no.
has resume
I asked
with
you, why
skills.
isn't he a champion? You had all these excuses. Canelo's undisputed, but you want to trash him. That's what this ultimately comes down to. Is your
Every undisputed
biased
is not
takes,
created
and it
equal.
gets exposed. Oh, so here we go. Let's just trash Inoue.
Look, for
and
example,
let's
Josh
trash
Taylor
Canelo,
and Terrence
and let's
Crawford.
defend
Whose
Stank
run
Davis.
was harder, Josh Taylor or
No,
Terrence
no, no.
Crawford?
I'm talking about you're the same guy who earlier was defending Stank but
Josh
want to trash Canelo, and it just goes to show your hypocrisy and your bias.
Yeah,
That's
of
all
course I'm
it
going
is.
to trash Canelo. Canelo should be held to a different standard. He's the face of boxing, right?
Oh, so it's a different standard. What? And again, this
Yeah.
goes back to what you said, because you said something very damn. You said, "Well, there's other channels that agree with me." See, and it goes to show you're on places where they're biased and they're clearly
I said
subjective.
other people, not other channels.
Yeah,
you
you
said
we
other
know that's
channels.
what you
You
meant.
said
other
You said
channels.
yeah.
I
Play
said
the
other
tape.
people.
Environment.
Yo, this
Environment.
isn't an SJW safe space. This is an echo chamber. We don't even agree with ourselves. So we.
This is
I just
reality,
want to know
man.
Fair
what
enough.
other
This
person
is reality.
says
Jimmy,
that
Jimmy, let me
fucking-
just read two super chats. Tony Boswell, thank you for your
Absolutely,
contribution. He just rejoined the membership program, and then Tony Boswell, thank you very much. Rider of the Storm with a super chat. Canelo is fighting a top 5 in the division, which is Rider.
Oh
So
my
he's
God.
top 5.
Really?
Top 5. What do you want?
So Benavidez, Morel, Caleb Plant.
Morel.
Who
Already
else is?
fought
Who else
Caleb
moving
Plant.
Of course, yeah, I give him credit for that.
Okay,
one,
but you're saying
where's Ryder
wait,
going?
wait. But you're saying those names, and I don't know if it was Don Chingasos who said it, but you want Canelo to go make a deal with the PBC when they got nothing. See, they made him jump through hoops just to get the Plant fight for that belt. So
And
now
there's
you
no
want him to
guaranteed money.
go back for nothing? Because that's what he'll go back for, is nothing. They have nothing anymore. So he should say fuck them. Because you want to play this game
What do
with
you mean nothing?
Stank
How
and
much did he make
not
for
going
his
for
plan?
belts. No. I'm
much
talking
did he
about
make
this
for his
guy who's
plan?
being biased for Stank. No, they got nothing because we want to talk about these promotion companies, PBC, Showtime. They make Canelo jump through hoops to get that Plant fight. It's known. It's out there. You can't deny it. But now you want him to go back for nothing. They got nothing to offer him anymore.
No, they do got something
That's
for
just
him,
the way it
Frank.
is.
They got Benavidez.
Benavidez
He'll make a lot of money in that fight.
No, that's what we're talking about. They also told Plant to go and try to slap Canelo to promote the fight. They were behaving like assholes, bro. Why would Canelo fucking go back to throw that shit, bro? And Custer can't fucking shit about Canelo, bro. Fuck out of here.
So
Benavidez fought
beats
one
Plant, that's not a
time.
big fight.
No.
Yo,
Because
Benavidez just signed to the zone. He's on the wrong side of the street.
He had the
Benavidez fought one
Guaranteed
time
that Canel's
last
gonna give him the fight. Why would he do that?
No. Benavidez fought one time last year. This guy they want, Andrade, fought this Nicholson, ranked 256. He fought, what, one time? These guys, they haven't been active. At least this Ryder guy's fighting, eliminators, he's fighting, that he's active. Okay? So,
wait.
That's all.
Hold on. No, time out.
Not
Time
only
out, Jimmy.
that, but I also hear haters like Rare Breed saying, "Oh, Canelo needs to defend belts. He needs to keep the division going by defending belts." Well, Ryder is the mandatory,
said
bro.
But no, let me ask you a question.
No, but people with your narratives do say
He
that
wants,
shit, bro.
Benavidez.
So I was
but
under
let me
the
ask
assumption
one
that
question.
you
Hold
were
up.
having that
Hold up,
narrative
Bucho.
as well, bro.
Let me ask one question. So you guys would rather see John Ryder versus Canelo than Canelo versus Benavidez?
Of course not.
Wait, bro, check it out.
But
Also
Benavidez is fighting Plant, bro. Benavidez is fighting Caleb Plant already,
But
bro.
let's say Benavidez
He's already
beats-
with the
bested, bro.
BBC.
If Benavidez beats Plant, do you want to see Benavidez and Canelo?
Of course, bro. I want to see that shit. That's gonna be a badass fight, bro.
Well, what do you think we're gonna say, Ray? What do you think we're gonna say? No.
What I want to see is these guys enter a little tournament and earn their
Nah,
keeps
fuck that.
What do you mean earn the tournament? It's mandatory.
Instead of sitting on
Benavidez
You want everybody to say,
earn your keep.
Wait.
Plan. He's earned it. He's earned it already. If he beats
Wasn't Rare Stink the same one defending Stank about A side? Can't we do the same thing with Canelo? Well, he's the A side. That's how it works. Aren't you the same one that said that earlier, Rare Stink? See, you tie yourself in the holes because you're in echo chambers where they echo the same bullshit and you guys all agree with each other. You said it earlier.
So
you
you
said,
don't want to see
Ryan had to go.
Consider this. Canelo's coming off of surgery.
When we said that Stank had made Ryan jump through hoops, you would have said, yeah, that's A side, that's leverage. So we're saying Canelo's doing the same thing. Oh, he shouldn't do that. That's fucked up. Why is he doing that? See, you just have this level of
horrible
hypocrisy.
comparison because
It's not because that's what you said. You said Stank. It's really
That's a
right there.
perfect comparison. That's a perfect comparison. Good job, bro. Like with that perfect comparison, bro.
They're not negotiating about to fight each other.
No, that's what you said, though. You said when you're A side, you use the leverage. So Stank is right in what he's doing, making Ryan jump through hoops. But now Canelo can't do it.
Is Tank telling Ryan to fight certain people until so you get the Tank fight?
Because you're trashing Canelo because he's doing what you
didn't want Ryan.
Technically, Ryan didn't fight anybody.
Even worse, Tank's trying to pull this bullshit. No, you can't have a rematch. So meaning if I beat you, you can't have a rematch. But I will fight you unless you give me a rematch. End. If you beat me, I'm still the A side in a rematch. That was his stance.
But here's what you're ignoring. Here's what you're ignoring. Benavidez has been a real champion. Ryan Garcia's got 0 belts, and he's been in two weight classes. Completely different. Technically,
right now,
Ryan hasn't accomplished.
isn't a fucking champion right now either.
Ryan Garcia hasn't accomplished anything. At least Benavidez has won a belt before, a real belt.
And if he wouldn't have lost it, that's who Tank would have. That's who Canelo would have fought. He was trying to clear out the 168, and Plant ended up with the belt, and that's who he fought.
Let's be real. We all know that Ryan and Tank Davis are both like damn near not YouTube fighters, but they're more like attractions. They're not fighting for legacy. We all know what's going on over there.
Hey man, Ryan had a great amateur career. He won.
We're talking about like right now, professional Gonzalo.
They don't fucking. He's undefeated. He's got a lot of knockouts, like 23 knockouts, like 26 fights. He's 23 years old.
There's a lot of
24.
motherfuckers undefeated who are not.
He's fighting Tank Davis. He's 30.
15-time national champion, bro. 15-time.
15-time national champion. Devastating lead left hook. Trained with Goosen. Got the looks.
Okay, Sean Porter beat Usyk in amateurs. Okay, what's your point?
He's one of the quickest fighters. I don't see all these negatives about Inoue or Ryan. When you see fucking talent with your own 2 eyes, you cannot discount that person if you know boxing.
Nobody's discounting. I'm just saying that.
Dude, motherfucker got talent. You're not telling me Ryan Garcia 5'10" cannot catch Tank Davis, his little fucking helmet head, and push him back against a rope and make him ball into a little ball.
Well, it comes down to skill level. You think Ryan Garcia's on the same skill level as Tank Davis?
Of course, man. Tank was getting outboxed by
this is what I'm talking about. This is where I get confused.
Okay, yeah, let's break it down then, Gonzalo. If Ryan were to break his hand.
Confused, and I've been watching boxing for 30 fucking years.
Okay, yeah, let's break it down then, Gonzalo.
By the way,
let's break it down.
Rarebreed, I'll let you talk. Just let me read the super chat and I'll let you talk. Real Boxing TV says Frank cooking Dirk, aka Rarebreed, and Mirage at the same time, basically. So yeah, shout out to Real Boxing and Frank for doing a good job
Real
here.
boxing suck a dick.
All right, Raybert, go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, let's break it down. Let's break it down,
and then you can
Gonzalo.
answer.
Okay.
No, let me tell him because he did it with Inoue too. They find skill. Well, look, Ryan Garcia got speed. That's undeniable. You need 3 or 4 things to become a world champion. I'm gonna fucking tell you. You need 3 or 4 things. Stamina is a good thing. That could be considered a skill set, part of the package. Speed, power, chin, fucking ability. You keep learning on that. You keep compounding that. He's been with many world-class trainers. He's still learning. Experience. He's got all those things. He might questionable chin, but it doesn't mean he got a batch. He got up and pinned that dude to the ropes. Almost knocked him out in that, but knocked him out in the following round. So I don't know the level of competition. Yeah, he's 23. I mean, yeah, he's gonna be to some extent improving.
Okay, so let's talk about skills then, Gonzalo. Can Ryan Garcia fight on the inside? The answer is no. Have we seen Ryan Garcia?
He can catch you with the lead left hook to the liver, and he can fuck you up.
But okay, let's say he runs into a fighter he can't knock out. What's he going to do, Gonzalo?
Dude,
is he going to outbox that fighter? No, because we know he can't box.
He's got speed and length. He plants himself on the canvas. He's always watching that diameter of your wheelhouse. When you step in, he can clip you coming. Okay, does he have to be all that complete in every department? Because look, listen, every fighter's got their deficiencies. Of
course, but he's got more than others.
Do you think Davis got no inside game like that?
Yeah, Tank Davis has more deficiencies than your average fighter. I agree with you, bro.
It's about hitting and not get hit. According
Tank is
to
a more
Mayweather,
complete fighter than Ryan Garcia. That's not even an argument.
He throws one punch at a time.
Deficiencies exactly?
Ryan is more complete, bro.
The only reason that you motherfuckers even have Ryan Garcia winning this, potentially winning this fight, is because of the size advantage. Otherwise, he's not on the same level as Tank.
No, the speed and the power.
The speed advantage, size advantage.
You don't win fights just because of speed alone. You gotta actually have skills behind that speed.
Take it, man. I don't know.
He has a great lead, bro.
He leaves his chin up.
Let me tell you something, bro. Let me tell you something.
The fucking hook is like lightning, bro. Motherfuckers don't even see it.
Fucking overrated, fool. Skills are fucking overrated in boxing, dude.
Skills are overrated.
Sometimes it's
okay, if that was the case, then why did Wilder lose to Fury? He's got more power and speed than Fury.
Sometimes it's speed and power.
Who's got more power and speed, Fury or Wilder?
Yeah, they're huge. Both of Fury was taller than Wilder. He was talking about a 5'5".
But who had more skills?
What was Keith Thurman's skills?
Yeah, but that height. Oh my god, man.
These skills guys that skills pay the bills. Like it happens every single fucking time. He's got more power and speed.
Skills? It's too broad. It's too broad of a term. Skills.
It's a broad
should have been Stevenson if it's all about power.
Very broad.
Just because you've seen some dude duck to the left, duck to the right, avoid a punch here, avoid a punch there, you're gonna say, "Oh, that guy got skills, but the other can't." I never seen him do that. Yes, he's done it, and maybe if he didn't do it, because he didn't need to resort to that, and bam, he clipped that motherfucker, knocked him out, and he didn't have to go that far.
See, bottom line is, Tank Davis
is a fucking shortcut. Having speed and power is a shortcut to not getting on the back foot and prancing around and making the fighter longer than it should be. For then later you can say that was fucking skills. No,
Gonzalo. Homie should have beat Lomachenko if it's all about power.
But Tank has horrible.
Hey, Lomachenko got skills. Lomachenko got skills. He went the distance with Campbell.
What I'm saying.
Lomachenko got great skills. He went the distance with Campbell. Ryan Garcia took out Campbell in 7 rounds.
Hey, all I have to say is Tank has horrible defense, bro. Tank has horrible defense. Rolly was getting him. Meaning Leo Santa Cruz was getting Pitbullcito, baby Pitbullcito was getting him, bro. Yeah. All these little guys are fucking getting him, bro, every day. Yeah. Barrios was getting him.
I'm not saying he's not a
horrible defense, bro. Imagine if Ryan lands on him like that, bro. It's over for Tank.
Imagine if Tank lands on Ryan, like
exactly. Okay. 50-50 fight then. Writer of the Storm, thank you for your contribution. Let me just read a quick super chat.
Yep, and Tank is a lot harder than Campbell.
No. Let me just read a super chat. Writer of the Storm, thank you for your contribution. He says, unless the talent is black, Rarebreed don't care. There you go, Rarebreed. That's what Writer of the Storm.
Basically,
You want me to
Here's
sit
the
on
thing.
here and lie to you that Ryan Garcia
No,
is some
you
special?
want us to lie to you, and you just don't want to hear the truth. That's the issue.
You want me to
We're
sit
gonna
here
tell
and
you
lie
what
to
you
you
need to
and
hear,
tell
not
you
what you
that
wanna
Tank has
hear.
great defense? You want me to tell you that Tank has great defense when he's getting
Okay.
his fucking
Okay, I'm
ass kicked
sorry.
by fucking
Ryan
Brody,
Garcia is the
by
best fighter
all these
ever.
motherfuckers?
He's
We're
gonna
not saying that.
destroy Tank Davis.
Now you see the light.
I'm,
Fighters are skilled,
Let me
man.
pander to you.
man. We're not saying that.
Let me pander to the crowd. Ryan Garcia is the
We're
best
not
fighter
doing
ever.
that. You want us to pander to you. That's the issue.
No, I want to have a civil debate, but you want to have no insults.
The thing is, no, we're not insulting. I'm just being
So
realistic.
why are you
Tank got
denying that
dropped by
Tank
Leo Santa
was
Cruz
getting
moving
touched,
up.
bro? He was getting touched, bro. I'm not lying, bro.
Yeah, but Tank has never been hurt. Like he's got a chin. Something we're not sure Ryan has a chin. He's been hurt
Because
twice.
he's never fought
He has
someone
a
with the
chin.
power like Ryan. He's never fought
Tank
someone
gets
with
hit a lot,
the
but he's
size
never
like
been hurt.
Ryan. The speed
This
like
is
Ryan,
easily
bro.
the hardest. This is easily
Okay,
the
the same thing
strongest
with
guy he's fought.
Ryan. He's never hit anybody
Well,
with
don't
Tank's power
discount
or
it.
speed.
But they're
Ryan
trying
has
to give
faster
you.
hands than fucking Rolly.
Listen,
He makes
they're
better
trying to give
real-time
you the
adjustments
opinion.
compared to Rolly.
Come on, you sound like a casual.
Alright, hold on.
They're trying to give
Just
you.
because he has faster hands
Wags,
doesn't
let
make
me
you a
just
better
ask
fighter.
Red Breed a
There's other
question.
things that go.
Red Breed, let me. Do you think this is a close fight?
More speed, more
Red Breed, do you
athleticism.
think this is a close fight?
Do I think this is a close fight? The only reason why it's going to be close is because Tank is going to be wary of Ryan's length and his speed. So he's gonna be very cautious. But eventually he's gonna time him.
Yes, it's a close fight. So just say, well, why are you fucking explaining it? Okay, so it's a close fight.
No, don't, because I'm saying that because if they're the same exact size, Tank will beat the shit out of him in like
because
one or two rounds.
Because hold on. Red Breed, because the reason why I'm saying this is because on October the 7th, and I'm showing everybody on the chat, October the 17th, 2022, you said Tank will whoop Ryan Garcia. That was October 17th, 2022. I wrote it down, man. So now
I changed my pick. He's gonna knock him out, but he's not gonna whoop him. Because to me, a whooping is like what Floyd did to Gotti. It's not gonna look like that.
I just gotta say one thing, dude, and you both know it's true, man. If fucking you had money, you were in a coma, and you were a gambler, I just go to the fucking booth and say, okay, I don't know who's fighting. Who's the black dude? Okay, put the money on him. Because it's true, dude. I mean, come on.
No, it's not. No, it's not, Jimmy. Let me tell you why.
When have you gone against a black fighter?
You said
let me defend
Tank
myself.
Davis has more skill than Inoue. That's just objectively ridiculous. I mean, this
Yeah,
is
and
ridiculous.
Tank Davis is not on your 10 pound for pound on your top 10. So that means Inoue is not top 10.
He's in
more
my top
skillful
10
than
most
him.
skilled fighters in the world.
So
You see, you
other
get into all
professional
these little
fighters-
nuances, man.
Steve Kim,
Define
other
skill.
professionals, all the respected people in boxing say
Steve
Inoue is
Kim.
pound for pound. Yeah, Steve Kim is fucking a first ballot Hall of Famer when it comes to what he does. Absolutely.
Hey, but
What are you gonna do?
He's
Dog on him now,
like a motherfucker.
The biggest
Because he was smart,
misconception.
wasn't he? Everything he said came to fruition.
Yeah, he knows his
Everything.
boxing. And the biggest fallacy, a rare breed, is that you think, and a lot of people think that Ryan Garcia is only a YouTuber. It is so fucking silly and stupid when I hear people saying that. Hey, like Chingazo, somebody was saying that 15-time world, 15-time national champion, and the amateurs been boxing since he was like fucking 5 or 7, maybe.
There's the reason why Tank is the favorite in this fight. I'm not saying it just because he's black. Like, if that was the case, I would have picked.
Are you sure
I'm the
he's
same
the favorite?
person that picked Roman Villa to beat fucking Rashidi Ellis. Last time I checked, Roman Villa is not a black man. I'm the only person that picked
Tank is
Villa.
older. He's in his prime. Ryan's young. That's why he's.
Tank is
that's why
28. He's not
getting-
36.
They have
Tank
Gervonta
actually
Davis
has real title championship.
He's had
what's it
more
called? Championship
experience.
experience. Like Ryan has no championship
He's had more
experience.
pro experience. He's had more pro experience. That's what they're talking about.
Okay, but in terms of skill set, Ryan leaves the chin up in the air. Ryan, he just recently started using the jab because of his new coach, Goosen. He doesn't really use his length as an advantage as he should. So like,
well, he's young, man.
And on top of that, he has no inside game. He can't clinch. He doesn't know how to clinch. He doesn't know.
Well,
how
that's
to pin
good.
frame
I
on
like
the
that he doesn't
inside.
know how to clinch. Why do you want him to know
you're
how to
not supposed
clinch?
to know how to clinch, man. It's against
Well, that's
the
part
rules.
of your inside game. That's part of your inside
it's
game.
not
Where
part
the-
of- that's against the rules.
Well, you're just a casual.
There's one
It's
thing
not-
there's
it's against
framing
the
and then there's
rules of
fucking
boxing.
clinching, bro.
I don't know.
Fighters,
I don't know.
hey,
Why,
a lot of fighters
I don't.
today, they would not have been
I don't
knocked
know why
out. They
you
knew
get
how
caught
to
up on his
clinch in certain
inside game.
situations.
I don't know why you get caught up on his inside game. Since he's taller, he got speed. You know the point where he fires the quickest and lands the hardest is at mid range. So when he throws all these flurries, that's where he's gonna catch you. It's like Triple G, for example. He needs a little bit of distance to land on the sweet spot. So he's never gonna go in and crowd and smother his own space. Why would he do that?
Okay, but Gonzalo, what about if he runs into a fighter that can close the distance and get on the inside?
You go ahead and close the distance and step in the wheelhouse where he's going to catch you with that left hook. You dare do that.
No, but what if he's not able to do that?
And if he misses with that left, if he misses with that left hook, he's still got that trail right hand because he is a right-hander. Don't you forget. So that means the dude can crack with both hands. So
you can't knock out everybody, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't mean you don't have to knock him out. You just gotta hurt him and have him where you respect his power. Because if you respect
honestly
his power,
see Ryan Garcia winning a 12-round decision against any elite fighter, like outboxing him.
Dude, he throws more punches than Tank. So you don't see that happening. How many punches does Tank throw? How many punches does Ryan throw? He throws more.
Who's the more accurate puncher?
Who's the more accurate? Well, depends on what you're counting because they haven't fought yet. Who are they facing? They face
doesn't have a whole lot of volume either.
I guarantee you can't wait for damn fight. And I can't wait for the excuses.
And Inoue is one of the, go back to like you said, accuracy. He's one of the most accurate fighters in boxing. He has one of the best hit, not get hit ratios. He's got an incredible, what did he land? 47% of his power punches his last fucking fight out? Dude, is incredible accuracy. I mean, he throws under the average because when he throws, he has knockout power with both hands. He's never off balance. He can hit from wherever he's at with power. He can hit going backwards with power. I mean, I'm still in a fucking dazed that you think that Tank Davis has better skills. And against who he's been fighting.
Oh, let it go, Jimmy.
It's just mind-boggling.
Give me Bivol over Inoue.
No way. Bivol's got the best feet. I'd say best feet for like in offensive style, in and out, and he knows his space. He's excellent at his space. But Inoue can literally put you up with both hands. He went after that dude Penio, number 2 ranked in the world. He threw nothing but body shots. Went out and ripped his body till the guy was probably shitting blood for 6 months. Like he's dominant. Nobody gets world level fucking fighters. Tank goes the distance with fucking nobodies.
Referee doesn't count power. He doesn't count power. What he sees is you make it harder on yourself. You go the distance, and I'm gonna look at that more, and that's where I'm gonna give you credit. That's rare breed. Yeah, imagine that.
What are you talking about? Tank knocks everybody out.
Nobody gets paid for overtime.
You know how much harder it is to go forward and assault somebody and build defense into the offense? That's the highest form of fighting. So, like, getting on the back foot, like you're saying, it's like people put you on the back foot. And if you know how to do that to survive, I get that.
I mean, both are difficult.
If you box before. Trust me, dude. Being defensive and running around and getting shifty around the ring and angling out of corners, it's not that hard. You just
it's not that hard. Have you boxed before?
Yeah, great point.
You know the stamina it takes to do some shit like that?
Go for it. To do this. Go to a boxing gym, do what I just said, and then for the next round, get in there and go assault the guy and make sure he's good and
just
can fight
be
back
respectful
and see what
because
the
both
fuck
are
happens.
difficult.
What?
Both are hard as fuck. You got to have a great stamina to fight on the back.
I'm just pointing one's harder than the other. You're doing two things at once.
Yeah, come on, it's logical, man. Come on, it's obvious. And by the way, Rider of the Storm.
Well, it's a good thing Tank can do both.
We'll see about that. Rider of the Storm. Let me just quickly.
He's not even pound for pound.
Hold on, just quickly. Let me read 2 super chats here quickly. Rider of the Storm, rare breed. I got $500 on Garcia. You wanna bet? So Rider of the Storm's calling you out. $500. Let's make it 100 at least. All right.
Yeah, this casual's not gonna pay that.
I'm lowering it. I'm lowering it. He doesn't want to do it. Hold on.
When you're coming forward,
even on the chat.
He's always in the chat. Right on the
Storm. Chat, but like Discord.
Yeah.
All right, Right of the Storm. Message me on Discord. Go on Discord. We'll talk with.
I mean, look.
Hold on.
I think
guys. I said 2 super chats quickly because I know you guys want to keep talking here. Alonso, amazing. Thank you for your contribution. He says LDBC and new media would never respectfully debate. There you have it. They always block your ass. They have all these wrenches in the chat, so they always block you. But great point.
They're scared.
They're scared, man. Go ahead, guys. Go ahead, Gonzalo.
Well, first of all,
I think this whole skills thing.
Hold on, Gonzalo. Gonzalo, go.
Oh, me? Okay. Me or Burberry?
Yeah,
okay.
go.
When you're coming forward, I could compare it to this. It's like bear crawling. You got to have your feet coordinated with your hands. You're basically moving your forelimbs at the same time. And you got to get them in position like Inoue does. When you're moving backwards, yeah, okay, it's not easy. As it's probably harder to walk backwards than what it is to walk forward. But you're thinking just with your feet. You're skedaddling out of the way. You're using just your feet. You're not really using your hands. You're just waiting for that motherfucker to, like, when he steps in, you can counter him. But with the hands and feet, when you're coming forward, not only are you doing the feet with the work with the feet, also with the hands, because you got to line them up to put them in position to land with hands with the feet. You got to put them in position with the feet.
Okay, but all I'm saying is that I like fighters that can fight versatile. Like, in terms, like, they can walk you down if they need to. Or if they need to be on the defensive side, they can fight backwards. It's very, very, very few fighters that can do both.
Yeah, but think about how he got that. He has like 300 amateur fights. He better know how to fight backwards at that point. So I'm happy he knows how to do it, but I don't appreciate that.
A lot of guys don't. Like, even Lomachenko's great coming forward, but he doesn't really fight going backwards. He doesn't.
Not a lot of guys push him back though. Like, look at the guys that have to push him back. They're a lot bigger than him. Not a lot of guys do that to him.
This whole skills thing is overrated anyway. I mean, do you account chin in skills? Do you count hard? Like, you don't account for everything.
No,
like, look at Bronco Lara. No, let me say this. You have idiots like this Ness guy that chill say that Bronco Lara had no skills. He didn't even want to watch the fight. He doesn't want to watch it because Bronco Lara has no skills. I believe that's what your school of thought, Rarest thing. I think you come from the school of thought that
Bronco Lara. He's talking about Mauricio Lara.
Yes, these guys have no skill because they don't backfoot. They don't, do certain things. They have a kind of a what you would call a rock'em sock'em style.
No, that's not true because Butayev and Stanionis kind of have a come forward style, but they have plenty of skills. And actually, matter of fact, Lomachenko is a guy that comes forward most of the time. He's got plenty of skills. But I understand what he's saying. I don't like seeing that rock'em sock'em style either, where you're just throwing a million punches. And there's no skill being displayed.
And that's
I don't like that
shit. It's a skill, but see, that's a skill.
How is that lying?
That's what we're saying.
How is
you
that
have
lying?
to account for chin.
So
you
if you're going,
the shit Burchell does.
Yeah,
I don't want to watch Burchell fight. He's a horrible fighter to me.
Fouling, like clinching a skill, hitting them in the dick.
Yeah, that's Andre Ward was. Yeah, that's all skill.
Going the distance.
Just
because how many backwood fighters are getting the knockouts? How many are getting the knockout? You tell me that getting knockouts is a bad thing? All of a sudden knocking your fucking opponent
Tank does get the
thing?
knockouts. So what's your point?
Tank does, but hey, he's been facing small dudes. And the
Tank
way he's
is
been
small,
doing it, I
he's
give
like
him credit. He's
5'4".
got power. But you make him out to be this fucking trailblazer on the back foot. I don't see that, man. I don't see that, dude.
But no, all I'm saying is he can fight on the back foot if he needs to.
He can, bro. He can. He's always getting punched.
He's an expert.
Then why did he get punched so much by Pitbull? But why was Pitbull
fucking hit? Even Floyd got hit. What are you talking about?
Why was Rolly punching
but he didn't look like Floyd never looked like
Daniel getting him if he has defense,
he looked terrible.
He doesn't have defense, bro. He doesn't have defense. He's always getting punched,
also,
bro.
if Tank doesn't respect your power, he's willing to take the shot to knock you out.
Against Santa Cruz?
Then he wouldn't be on the back foot, right? That's actually that's weird to say that. Then he wouldn't be on the bike trying to evade all these shots.
The only time I've seen Tank even fight that way was against Cruz. But that's because he broke his hand.
So he's an expert. He's an expert fighting on the back foot.
He had a bruise, the same thing every fighter has. Bruised hands. He put his hand, he had no broken hand. It was not even a hairline fracture. Nothing.
I don't want to get into that, Jimmy, but the other fighter that can do that.
But he didn't have a broken hand. Just establishing that he didn't have a broken hand.
Okay, fair enough, because I don't want to get into that. But Shakur Stevenson is another fighter that can fight both ways. And he's shown that. He walked down Conceição, who's a big Brazilian dude. And he's shown he's defensively responsible.
Yeah.
Well, there we
check it
go
out.
again. So it was
Wasn't
an
he getting
excuse.
what wasn't it? What is it?
I don't know, bro. I think you're brainwashed, Verby, because you're under the impression that Tank has this crazy defense, but he's always getting punched on the face, bro. Well, I never seen Ryan.
Mayweather tell him in the Mario Barrios fight, you're down, bro. You're fucking down on the
Don,
card.
are you trying to argue Ryan's got better defense than Tank Davis?
Of course he does. When have you seen Ryan get punched like that by
God.
Bonds, bro? When?
I seen him get knocked down by fucking
Campbell's a good man in this, bro, and that was only one fucking punch, bro.
That was a haymaker, man.
That was only one fucking punch, bro.
But it doesn't matter. When he got up, he
knocked down by Leo Santa Cruz, and that guy's moving.
Every fucking fight, Tank, every fucking fight he's in, he's always getting
you say
punched,
I'm
bro.
biased.
I'm not lying,
Ryan
bro.
Garcia.
I'm not lying.
Jimmy's still here.
Tank was getting touched by Riley. Tank was getting touched by Barrios. Tank was getting touched by everybody, bro. It doesn't matter the quality, bro.
Jimmy, you
It
still
doesn't
here?
matter the quality, bro. Well, Ryan,
What did Campbell do against Ryan? He only landed
Jimmy
that
did.
left hook. What else did he do?
Hey,
When he got up
Jimmy.
the
Hey,
canvas, he
Gonzalo,
battered him.
¿cuándo chingados han tocado al Ryan? Nomás esa vez, güey. El Tank
It
todas sus
doesn't
putas
matter.
peleas,
He's not
güey.
gonna get hit, but the way he rose to the occasion, got up and pinned that dude against the rope with the volley of punches. Then the round after he knocked him out. So what's his fault? Where's
Hey,
the
Jimmy,
mistake?
Jimmy, let me ask Jimmy a question real
of
quick.
course.
Jimmy, who's got better defense, Tank or Ryan Garcia?
I honestly, I don't think defense is either their strong points because they're both power punches. Tank, they both have one mindset. They both go in there to take somebody out. I think Garcia never really had to worry about defense because his power was very devastating. He's a very devastating puncher.
Yeah.
That left
But if you
hook
had to choose.
and Tank's got power too. I don't think that's really something. Look, Tank's got a gallon neck. He can take a big shot. That's why I'm surprised because he doesn't really work because he can take a big punch, and he's Tank's a tough kid, a kid from Baltimore and shit. He's the same type of dude to be fighting.
But
When
Jimmy,
have you seen
Tank has shown
Ryan
that he
getting
needs
touched
to. He
up, bro?
can be defensively sound.
When have you seen Ryan getting touched up,
One at a
bro?
time.
No, he doesn't, because he's in control of his wheelhouse. That's why he popped his head up, because he's measuring you.
Nobody answers my question, bro. When have you guys seen Ryan getting touched up, bro?
Ryan Garcia's best defense is his speed. His speed makes people wary. I'm telling you, when you fight a kid with hands that quick, it makes you wary.
For me, defense is not getting touched up, bro. Not getting hit.
Yeah, no, I understand. I understand what you're saying. No,
that don't even come to mind. If I think Tank Davis and you said defense, I would think his biggest asset is having a tough chin, like Jimmy said, a galley neck, and maybe like a high guard. Because I could see him do that because he's a little fucking ball. He's strong. Hey, but let me say something.
He's got good upper body movement too, like Canelo.
Your defense that you're talking about is not gonna rescue you. It's not, because in boxing you get hit, absolutely. Even though you don't see it all the time in TV, you're gonna catch a punch. And when you catch a punch, it's how you react. It's like the movie Rocky. It doesn't matter how hard you get hit. It's what you do after.
Look. Perfect example.
You're gonna get hit in boxing,
perfect example. Bivol, right? Like, yeah, he boxed, but it's not like he let his hands go because he knew, like, I could get caught. I could end up like Caleb Plant. Tank doesn't let his hands go. He's gonna be in trouble. It's that simple. He has the lowest output of any fighter in boxing right now. Explain that.
Still knocks motherfuckers out.
He doesn't let. He averages 20 punches around.
And he still knocks motherfuckers out.
Stop.
Yeah, granted, but you said he had an excellent defense and he doesn't get touched or bamboozled.
He does when he wants to.
Cruz did. Well, but now
you're bringing it back.
I thought you're the one that wanted to break it down in like segments. Skills, chin, power, defense.
Yeah.
Now when I mention defense and I say that he's getting pieced
He's
up,
not a
you
good
want to
thinker
skip
like that,
around.
Gonzalo.
You want
Talk
to skip
about chin,
around.
because in terms of chin, Ryan Garcia's been hurt by two different people.
Yeah, but now you want to skip around to the power because you said you're the one that wanted to break it down into like segments. The skill,
I don't consider
the power
a skill set.
No, but now when you're getting hung up on the defense, now when you wanted to make this great point about the defense, you're fucking like you're in my age. You don't want to talk about that.
No, the argument is misleading because it's like you have great defense if you don't ever shoot. Like you have a great percentage shooting if you rarely shoot. You know what I mean? Like they have great defense because they're not willing to let their hands go. If you just sit there and not throw, you're gonna have excellent defense.
Let's talk about volume.
No, that's not true. We're getting guys throwing a million punches.
All right, guys.
Hang on for a second. It's easier to be defensive if you're
using a defensive style. It didn't work because he was getting punched by Isaac Cruz a lot, bro. So What's this
Bro,
about the fucking
if-
defense? When he
if
utilized
Ryan was
his
smart-
defense, he was getting hit a lot, bro. So how?
Okay,
How
but-
is he defensive,
but-
bro?
Okay, if Ryan was smart, he would actually fight Tank on the back foot and let Tank come in so he can catch him instead of trying to walk Tank down and get caught by some shit. Because he has the reach advantage. He's got the size advantage. He should be letting Tank come to him.
He's
I'm
totally
gonna-
gonna fight him on the outside, bro. I'm telling you that right now, bro.
I'm gonna answer your own question. Sorry, Chingazos. I'm answering. You said he don't got Ryan don't have an inside game because rarely he has to use a game such as that. He'd rather keep fighters on the outside or clip them when they're coming in with the lead left hook. So to answer your question, that's what he's gonna do. What makes you think that he's not gonna do that? Okay, he don't have to.
Put him in that type of trouble.
Why would you fight the short dude on the inside? That'd be stupid.
Yeah,
So
he's
to
a
answer your
mid-range
question,
fighter, too.
it doesn't take a lot of brains to realize that if like you said, skills pay the bills. He's a professional fucking fighter with a great coach. Not to
A
fight
lot
the
of fighters
short
don't
dude
have
and
an
give him
inside game.
the
Even-
distance.
look,
Don't give him the
Devin Haney doesn't have an
distance to
inside
land
game.
his uppercut. You don't want to give
Devin's
him
inside
the
game is
distance
to
to land
clinch
the
you.
left hand.
Like, so he's not the only
Who's
one
gonna
fighting
clinch you?
inside game.
Tank Davis? Tank Davis? What's that?
No, I'm
Who's gonna
saying
clinch you?
Ryan doesn't have an inside game just like Devin Haney. He doesn't have an inside game either. Devin's inside game
You
is
don't
just
need an
clinch.
inside game, and it doesn't
Yeah,
mean
you
that he
do.
doesn't
Eventually,
have
you're gonna need it when
no
you go
inside
up
game
the
at
weight.
all.
That's
Oh,
But how is he getting body shot KOs if he doesn't have an inside game? Because that's the only way you could land a
Got nothing
body
to do with
shot on
inside
the
fighting.
inside, bro.
Like,
Straight up.
that's not what inside fighting is.
Well, he might get close enough. But wait, hold on. I have a good question here that Mr. Pelavacas is asking. Ask Rarebreed who was better, Prime Triple G or Tank Davis?
What a weird question. Like, why?
It's a simple question.
In terms of what? Like, what does he add? Like,
Or your
like,
criteria that you use, the same criteria you use to compare Tank Davis and
Whatever
Inoue.
metrics you use, bro.
And
Whatever
Inoue,
metrics.
and Inoue. You compare them, right? Use the
I mean, to
same.
be honest, I think Tank's style is able to beat other styles better because Tank can fight multiple ways. Triple G is really just like a walk you down hunter type. Tank can fight you, beat you multiple ways. So I'm gonna go with Tank. I prefer his style. I prefer boxer punchers, not just like Inoue. Actually, Inoue is a boxer puncher. I prefer that style over a Triple G.
If you ask me, Triple G has better defense than Tank, bro, by far. That's me. I never really seen Triple G get touched up like that, bro.
Triple G had one of the best hit don't get hit ratios in boxing. when
He
was
did, but that's
active.
because guys were worried to throw it a lot at him because, like you said, he hits really fucking hard.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
and he's
don't
got a
remember
13
Triple
too.
G going life and death with Las Vegas no hopers, man.
Who did Tank go in life and death with again?
Isaac Cruz.
That wasn't
You
some
see,
tough fight.
Yeah,
when
that-
you're
that-
born-
he went life and death, man. No one knew who he was.
He was.
Life and
I
death
think he
is
was
like
a
you know you're in a
9-1
war with
underdog.
somebody. That
That's
wasn't
a-
a
but
war.
that's like
He was
That's
going
an
life and
official
death with both
vague-
cruises,
yeah.
now that I think about it, because Leo Santa Cruz dropped him in the first round, and the
Bro,
corrupted ref said
we
it
gotta
was a
stop
slip.
pretending like Leo Santa Cruz is some bum.
No, he's not. He's small.
We gotta stop pretending like he was credible at that division when he had no
Yeah, he was
credible win
moving
at
up.
that time. Yeah,
Hey,
He's
Tank
a
is
bantamweight,
smaller than
bro.
Leo Santa
Yeah,
Cruz.
look at the context,
He's
man.
a bantamweight, bro.
Division yet.
Look at the size difference between Leo and Tank. Like you want to talk about weight classes? Tank is 5 foot nothing, and Leo was like
No,
what,
look
5
at
foot
height.
7.
Look at bone.
it's
Look
like
at
Mike
bone
Tyson.
structure and shoulders. You
And
know,
what
it's
about
just
Mario
different
Barrios?
division.
To me, that's a
There's
legit
muscle
win
mass.
by
What do you-
Tank Davis. He
What do
fight a
you
140
think
pounder.
Tank walks around at
Who? Leo?
outside of fighting? What do you think Tank walks around at?
I never seen Tank a
Well, it
bantamweight like
depends.
Santa Cruz, bro.
He probably walks around like 155 or something like that.
I think you're out of your mind. I think he probably walks around anywhere like 165 to 170, and that's me being nice.
Bro, at 5
Now,
foot
bet
4,
you-
you don't
and I'll
have
bet
Are we
you-
forgetting? Are we forgetting that
seen-
Tank missed weight at 130,
Have you
bro?
seen
He
fighters
missed
that
weight,
Tank
bro.
hanging out, like hanging out?
Bro, he's 5 foot 4. He was
Tank's a
170.
skinny
He be like,
motherfucker.
Hey, there's a
got
reason
good
why
legs.
Tank Davis
got
missed
good
weight at
legs. Santa
130, bro.
Cruz- I'll bet you Santa Cruz on a bad day, maybe.
Tank Davis got stripped from
I'll
his
bet you Santa
IBF
Cruz
belt
doesn't
for not
do
making
one
Davis
weight, bro.
can fight a
life.
featherweight, in my
Too
opinion.
many
That guy's
cheeseburgers,
a
bro.
skinny motherfucker.
Tank could probably knock out a middleweight, but would he fight? No, hell no. He shouldn't fight a middleweight.
No.
He could probably not.
Tank's got a big. He's
He's
got
got
thick
small-
upper
he's got
body, just got
small
skinnier
guys,
Hey,
legs.
but how come Tank Davis got stripped from his IBF title, bro? Because he couldn't make
What's that
weight.
got to do
Because
with
he's a
size?
big
I don't know.
motherfucker, bro.
Jack in the box.
Yeah.
Because
he
I'm
was.
telling you, bro, but Santa Cruz is a bantamweight, bro. He's not no 130 pounder, bro. When have you seen Tank at bantamweight? Yeah.
Tank should be fighting.
Bro.
But okay, but you keep bringing up the size, but Tank has fought big people too and knocked them out.
Bums like fucking Barrios, bro. Come on.
Barrios is not a bum. Is he elite? No, but he's not a bum.
I'm telling you, he's a bum, bro, because he is, bro.
But all right, I'm not gonna say he's a bum because I don't like really using that. But Barrios, come on, dude. The only reason why he got ranked in the top 10 to get that fight is because he robbed the Russian kid with 7 professional fights.
Yeah, he robbed the Russian, bro. I seen it, bro. I seen it.
Yeah,
he robbed the
fucking,
Russian,
he
bro.
robbed him. That fucking Russian kid outlanded him by 74 punches. It was almost a one-way beating. Barrios' fucking whole head was destroyed.
Yeah, I've seen that. That kid that Tank just recently fought. That guy that Tank just recently fought, Hector Garcia. That's a good win, and you can't use the size to excuse it down.
Hey, I don't got a problem with you rating. I don't got.
So Tank is a 130 pounder. What's your point?
I don't got a problem with you rating Tank Davis. My problem with you as a boxing guy, you're very vague when it comes to describing the skills and what skills is. Exactly. It's a very vague statement.
No, I was very clear. Like, okay,
Well,
in
because
terms
he
of
doesn't know
describing
deep
Tank
boxing
Davis,
like that, Gonzalo. He can only be big. That's the only thing he's capable of, bro.
okay. So you're talking about Tank Davis, Gonzalo? You're saying I'm being vague about his skill set?
Yes.
Okay, I thought I was very clear, but let me repeat myself. Let me repeat myself then. Look, Tank Davis is what you would call a complete fighter. There's very few of those guys in this sport. Tank Davis, if he needs to, he can fight you on the back foot, and he can be defensively sound. If he needs to, he can walk you down. He's a great counter puncher. He's got a hell of a chin. Does he have high volume? No, that's not his style because he's trying to knock you out with one punch because he can do that.
But it's not a complete fighter. This guy's not asserting himself at all.
That's a flaw.
Okay, no fighter has absolutely every single thing.
He's not a fucking complete fighter, bro. You're the only person saying that shit, bro.
Yeah, life is not fair, dude.
You don't think any.
Look, I'm gonna say something, and
Gonzalo,
I'm just gonna
you
get off
call
because I gotta
Buffalo
go.
Crips. I mean, not Gonzalo,
No.
but what's his name? Don, whatever your fucking name is. You call Buffalo Crips. So you're not exactly unbiased.
Rare breed. Look, life is not fair. Some people
Tank is not a complete fighter, bro. Like, it's not about him, bro.
Who's a complete fighter to you, Don? Who's a complete fighter to you, Don?
And
Gonzalo.
Canelo?
Let Gonzalo.
Canelo, Dan Rodriguez.
I know.
I'm gonna get off. Hey, life is not fair. Life is not fair. Some fighters are born with speed and power sometimes, and some fighters are born with a good chin or like a great gas tank. You inherit like a great gas tank. But listen, the skills you can always develop. Those skills you can always develop those. But if you don't got some type of power to couple with the skills, that skills is not gonna take you very far. So I'll give you that. Tank got power, but like I say, life is not fair, and not everybody's created equal. And he's already born with a deficiency. He's not tall, so he can never be a complete fighter.
Who's that Welsh guy that's undefeated?
Hold on. He can never fight you from the outside. A fighter that's tall can fight you from the outside. No, hold on. A fighter that's tall can fight you from the inside and the outside. This motherfucker can only resort to fighting you on the inside, and like you say, resorting to get in on the back foot because he got no choice. Because if he lingers, trying to exchange his punches with you, when that dude's longer, he's gonna get caught at the tip of the other guy's punches. Because he's not in range to punch because his hands are shorter than the opponent's, so he's got to get back. He's got to get back and not be in his wheelhouse, or he's got to come in all the way in. And when he comes all the way in, he tends to tie up. He tends to tie up and throw his opponents to the ground. And when the opponent hits hard, like Pitbull Cruz, he's going to complain he fucking hurt his hand. Or he actually maybe did literally hurt it on the dude's skull.
From fighting from the outside, he doesn't have a lot of volume. He's not complete in that aspect. So he can go backwards and he can go forwards. Congratulations. Hallelujah. We have a guy that knows how to do both. There's a lot of guys that actually know how to do that. They actually
No, there is not. There is not. That's not true. A lot of guys can't do that.
my biggest thing with Tank Davis though is his resume is almost historically bad. So it's hard for me to take somebody seriously. Yes, everybody has an eye test. I understand with that shit. But when you start talking about elite against elite, that's the reason why nobody in boxing, in the industry, other fighters, nobody ranks him in the top 10 because of that. Because of the fact that, yeah, you can look good. If I was to say, hey man, fucking this hockey team is off the fucking charts. Or like this football team. Yeah, really? No shit. I've only seen him play a bunch of high school teams. They're going to say, well, dude, you really got a good grasp how good he is if he's fighting no-hopers? And regardless, when he's fought fucking Barrios, he was a Vegas no-hoper, like somebody said. And by that means you have more than a 5-point spread. That's a no-hoper in Vegas terms. And that's all he's ever fought, dragging guys up from smaller weights or no-hopers who are around his size. None of them ever really have any power, besides maybe Barrios. But yes, Tank was he come out of the gate like fucking hot and shit. You know, he fought fucking the dude 6 years ago and he hasn't done anything since. So going by that, you can't sit there and say against somebody who has lost 4 rounds, 18 of his 3 fights have been against world title fights against the best in whatever division he's in, and he dominates them. And he does that because his fucking hand speed is incredible, his accuracy is incredible, and he's got walk-off power with both hands. Like one shot, out cold, turn around, fucking hit the showers.
You want to talk about?
No, he doesn't. I haven't seen Tank do that.
Canelo Alvarez is a much more complete fighter than Tank Davis, and I know you won't give him that credit.
Tyson Fury too. He's way more complete than Tank, bro. He actually
he won't give Canelo Alvarez the credit of being an all around fighter. Just listen to him, right? You won't give him the credit of being an all around.
Better be more complete than Tank. But think about that. Better be more complete than Tank. Look how he got.
I would say Canelo is the most well-rounded.
I've had this conversation with boxing, Jim.
Look at Bivol. That's defense.
What skills does Canelo lack?
If he doesn't get punched, bro.
Let's hear this guy. What skills does Canelo lack? Because what hasn't he shown you? He fought every style. That's how he fought Triple G. That's how.
Not really.
No, the first fight. That's how he fought Triple G.
He did a good job countering Triple G, but he wasn't really fighting on the back foot.
But he's shown he can do it all
against Jacobs.
Canelo Alvarez, through his career, showed he can bob and weave. He can do the rope dope. He can do everything.
Canelo doesn't get touched, bro. Tank does, bro.
Actually, Tank and Ryan and Canelo kind of fight very similar. It's just that Tank has better feet than Canelo. That's the difference.
Canelo has better feet, better defense, bro, by far, bro. Because I never seen. When have you seen Canelo get rocked like Tank, bro? When have you seen him get touched up by bumps like Rolly, bro?
Legitimate cousin.
Bro, that was in 2008, 2009, some shit like that, bro. Come on.
I'm just saying, I've never seen Tank hurt like that. Period, ever.
I have.
Young, old, it doesn't matter. He's never hurt like that.
Yeah, I think Pitbull hurt him like a couple times. Yeah.
Canelo has shown all around skills versus the best of the best, where Tank hasn't. But you won't.
I don't want to discredit Canelo because he's a very skilled fighter. I just don't think his footwork is that good.
Gotta know what you're looking at.
Is this
Pluto? Good footwork chasing a guy like Laura all around the ring?
As a Canelo critic, I think Canelo was more dynamic when he was in 154.
Yeah. When Canelo fought Triple G the second time, to me that was the best version of Canelo I've ever seen.
I agree.
He has never been the same since.
Who just said that Canelo is more dynamic at 154? I actually agree with that. I thought he had. I like 154 and 160. I liked his. I liked his volume.
His most dynamic
natural weight. That's why.
Motherfuckers have been saying, "Oh, Canelo's improved. He's a much better fighter now." No, he's won titles for various reasons. But if you analyze in ring, he was better. He was better back then. Yeah.
He's done natural weight. To be fair, though, he's done things. He's changed the way he punches. He hits a lot harder now. It's because he's modified his punching.
He loads up. He's more of a but he's fallen in love with his power, and that can be a detriment.
But I mean, you kind of have to do that. Don't you think you have to do that?
He's decent power, but it's not like he's got one punch knockout power. So I'm not sure why he's trying to be a one punch artist.
But look at the guys he's been fighting. Like he's doing with Caleb Plant. You don't box Bivol. You kick these guys the fuck out. So that makes sense.
That's why him and Tank are similar because him and Tank have a low output
But you said that Tank was so small. Look at what he's doing. But that's what Canelo's doing, and y'all will never give him that credit. He's a small Mexican kid, 147. Look at him when he first started at 147, and he's moved up to 175.
And then he got on the horse, mate, and look what happened.
Yeah, but the difference is I'm not here calling Tank Davis the best fighter in the world.
That's what you're saying. Oh, he is all around fighter. He's this ATG.
I don't even have Tank in my
that's
top
what you're
5
doing.
most skilled.
No, you did. Because Inoue is a pound for pound number 1, number 2 fighter, but he's more skilled than him. Aren't you saying he's the best fighter in the world?
Okay, ask me who I think is more skilled, Bivol or Tank Davis.
It's weird because, like, just from everybody like following you, like, how is the other guy better than, you know what I'm saying? Like, how can Tank be better in that aspect, I guess, is the point. Like, it's just kind of
skill wise. His argument is skill wise. He's Tank is
but it's just strange. We can't have different criteria to gauge this shit. You're making it way too fucking confusing. Either you're good or you're fucking not. Let's just keep this simple.
Yeah, when it comes to skills, there's only so many degrees you can split fucking hairs, man. When it comes to the elite, you can't say Bivol got superior. He does a lot of. He could be very, very good at one dimension. That dimension works against a certain style.
I think we can
with a lot of guys.
Yeah, I think we can determine skills though. It's when the best fight the best. That's how you determine the skills department.
And a lot of the fights are close. And a lot of fights are razor close.
Tank has not fought the best, so you can't say what his skills are. It's that simple. You can't. Anyway, you're going to be able to say
Ryan Garcia. Does that count as the best? Because some people would say Ryan Garcia doesn't have a great resume.
No, it won't. It won't be a true testament. He'll have to fight the champions. Lomo or Haney. Or Shakur. That's what people are saying. But the skills argument is baseless if you don't fight the best. And Canelo's fought the best. Whether you think he has or hasn't, he has. So he's proved the skills. Okay. So Tank has failed the skills department. And you can say Bronco Lard doesn't have skills, but he's fighting the best guys. He's got a title. He's the best. That's skills.
And if Tank is fighting the best, where's his belt collection? That doesn't exist. He's only won 2 belts.
I said it earlier. Tank and Ryan are attractions. They're not legacy fighters.
And in the real world, if Tank beats Ryan and Ryan moves on, because hopefully if Ryan loses, I don't think he'd retire. Who knows? But fighters in the past, just because you take an L and you're good, doesn't mean you retire automatically. If Tank beats Ryan, then Ryan goes on to have like a great career. That win's gonna age well for fucking Tank. So we don't know. What I'm basically saying, people, they don't consider Ryan. They don't rank Ryan. But the sky's the limit with Ryan. He's got a lot of potential, and that's why it's interesting, and a lot of fans are going to tune in. That's why because he's a rising superstar.
So Gonzalo, here's my issue.
You can't either bring him down or you can't prop him up too much. But who are we to say what is your limit? He's the one stepping in the ring, not us.
But Gonzalo, here's my issue, and here's my issue. Here's my issue, and let me use 2 Mexican fights so you don't think I'm being biased. Look how they're moving Virgil Ortiz to how they're moving Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia has been in 2 weight classes and has yet to compete for a title. Now, Virgil Ortiz, they're out here, they're trying to make him fight Stanionis. Eventually, they want him getting there with Earl Spence and these other guys. So they obviously have way more confidence in Virgil Ortiz than they do Ryan Garcia. So you might think he's a special fighter, but by the way they're moving Ryan Garcia, they obviously don't think he's a special fighter.
I think
Ryan Garcia has not been in 2 weight classes, by the way.
Yes, he has. He's been at 130 and 135.
Well, just as a reminder, Ryan Garcia is young and he's still learning. So, like,
he's already.
We're making it. Devin Haney,
he's I think it's going to be a welterweight.
Yeah, and 2 years ago, And 2 years ago, before he had like his depression, like his crisis, he went on the Mike Tyson podcast and he's been calling everybody out. And I kind of do believe him because he called out Pitbull Cruz and Pitbull Cruz didn't want to take the fight. He's been calling Tank. Now the fight is signed and the dude's only 23, man. So we can really like knock on him too much as like the other guy, Tank Davis, who's fucking 29. See, that's the big difference.
He called out Pacquiao too. Remember that?
Well, he didn't call Pacquiao too.
He didn't call it Pacquiao.
Yeah, he did. Whatever happened to that fight?
No, he didn't.
You know what? And
yes, he did, Bodo.
About it, in the lower weight classes, Tank's actually getting pretty close to having the really lock down marquee fights here. How much longer is he going to be able to fight cutting this kind of weight? The wheels are going to fall off on this guy pretty quick.
Tank is 28 years old. He can at least fight until 34, 35.
He's not built like that. Remember Mike Tyson?
How he's getting locked up, bro? How he's gonna go to prison, bro? How?
Remember Mike Tyson in his prime? He was short, squat, used to throw 3 punches in 1 second. That's what Tank is built for. Tank, older, he gets in trouble, he drinks, he goes to jail.
He doesn't live the fighter's lifestyle.
He's not really meant to fight at that weight. Tyson had a 5-year run. When he was 21 years old, he was world champion.
But if you know anything,
speed and explosiveness. Tank had speed and explosiveness when he was younger. Still got the explosivity. But the older he ages, that kind of becomes less and less.
but the thing is, when he goes to prison, and let's say he beats Ryan Garcia. If he goes to prison, when he comes out, he's gonna be bigger than ever because for whatever reason, people become more popular when they get out of prison.
Bigger in height, but in length, he's not meant to. Look, Tyson wasn't meant to fight the big dudes when he was older. He loses some speed. His biggest attribute is he hits hard and he got some speed to put behind those punches. When Tank Davis gets a little bit slower, when Tank Davis gets a little bit slower, when he gets a little bit slower, he's gonna lose the explosivity, and when he gets older, he's not gonna be able to hang with these taller, bigger dudes.
The explosive.
Are you in denial that you don't see the trajectory of his career? Like, are you just in complete denial that he's not in serious trouble? Like, you don't understand that his career, that he doesn't live a fighter's lifestyle, that he has all these issues? Like, you don't see that? Are you just in denial?
Ever since he got away from Adrian Broner and that crowd, he's been way more disciplined.
It don't matter. He's already had all these issues. Like he doesn't. He hasn't.
Go ahead.
He's been undisciplined. You know, that's the first thing that's going to get you beat is lack of discipline. You know,
that may be true, but Ryan Garcia is not the guy to take advantage of those weaknesses. It's got to be like.
Here's the difference. Here's the difference. No, here's the difference. No, here's the difference. We're not propping up Garcia as this pound for pound, but see, that's what you're doing with Stank. We're not doing Ryan. We're saying they're probably on the same level because Tank is just as unproven. So you want to say he's this proven ATG? We're not.
More skilled than Inoue.
Yeah,
more skilled than
We're not propping up Tank. We're not propping up Ryan.
No fucking boxer would ever say that. But anyways, guys,
it's just overvaluing him.
Guys, I gotta bounce. It's been 3 hours, but thank you for joining us. All right.
All right, Bucho.
Let me host it, Bucho.
Yeah, you guys stay there.
Take it easy, mate.
All right. Everybody in the chat, it's been 3 hours, man. That passed by pretty fast. I want to thank everybody who joined, everybody who donated, and make sure you subscribe. Sorry, I'm fucking dying here. To the Second Renaissance. The links are in the description. Check out the Second Renaissance. It's a non-boxing channel, and we're gonna have live streams there as well and other content. So if you like conspiracy theories, political talk, just paranormal stuff, then check out the Second Renaissance, all right? Mr. BD's in the chat. I see. Hit the like. Please hit the like. And make sure you stay tuned for the next episode. Have a good night, guys. See ya.
Warning. You are entering open line.
Listos, pelos, chingazos. Listos, pelos, chingazos.
I'm gonna bring the whole fucking diseased, corrupt temple down on your head. It's gonna be biblical.